Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Superior Adventurers Guild. My name's Dave, your humble dungeon master. There's a lot of energy going on here. I'm super excited to get into this new campaign, Heroes of Greyhawk. We've been working on this for a while, and my goodness, yeah, I've got that new campaign jitters and excitement and adrenaline, and it's fucking awesome. I am really excited to get into it, but first, I want to get to our players, my friends, my really good friends. I can't say good buddies anymore. I got to come up with something else. My most excellent friends, the group. Hey guys.
Hello.
That's us.
We're gonna have
You're
to
the
work
group.
on that. We're gonna have to
That's true.
throw some stuff out. I don't know. Something
You know
that's
what? We'll workshop it. That's fine.
Yeah, we'll workshop it.
Yeah. It's
I
you
like
know,
it.
it's episode 1. It's for the first session. We got this.
The first session.
Dude, Heroes of Greyhawk. We were here a couple weeks ago for our session 0. We played around with our new characters. We played around with some of the actions that we take in combat and out of combat. We got into some role playing. Andy's character almost died. It was absolutely rad. I do predict that Dez will be the first one to go. May he rest in peace.
Not funny.
You guys, before we dive into tonight's game, I would like to go around the table and I would like each of you to introduce yourselves to the people that are hanging out with us tonight and might watch this in the future because it'll go on our YouTube page. And I would love to start with Ashley. Ashley, tell us a little bit about yourself, where we can find you online, and give us a little bit about who you are playing in this new campaign.
Hey everybody, I'm Ashley, Minnesota Muse 99 on Twitter. And you can find me in coming weeks as I will be DMing a Oops All Kobolds short shot on this channel on our Monday Mayhem. First 3 Mondays in October. So come check that out. I am playing for you tonight, Xanthi. She is a red-haired, golden-eyed, I don't know, like trusting, chipper, like little ball of sunshine. And she is ready to get her real-world hopes crushed.
So innocent and yet now a murderer.
She is. Oh my God, she murdered 2 people last game.
Hey,
but she's so
it's not
sweet.
murder.
You know what? We never saw it coming. She was so
Self-defense.
nice. You know, that's true. It was.
A lot of screaming, a lot of eyes being closed.
Fire.
Ashley, it's so great to have you back. Thanks for coming back for more Greyhawk fun. I'm glad that you didn't get scared off by the first season or the first campaign, and now we're here to do this again. So thank you for being here. Let's jump over to the Bleak season.
That would be me. Hey, what's up? How you doing? Glad to be here, Dave. Thank you so much for the invite. I am Bleak Season, the Bleak Season on Twitter. Can find me here most of the time, GMing some Blade Runner every other Sunday with Uncle Dave there, part of the cast. Also doing on Friday afternoons Shade Song, which is my own brew, D&D 5e campaign world, where we have a revolving bunch of peoples and all sorts of wild shenanigans going on. Andy sitting right there under me right now, but I don't know where he is on the screen. The producer of that, and we've been having a good time with that. Super stoked to be here. What's the word? Super chuffed to be here.
Did you make that word up?
Chuffed. No, it's an actual, I don't know, it's an actual like British slang thing.
When you're that's very why we've never heard of it.
Yeah. So I'm 99%
across the pond.
Exactly, from the other side of
99% chuffed. You better book that.
99% chuffed to be here and to play with these guys, because I watched the other campaign. It was amazing. These guys were so cool in it. So you know, I'm totally like I'm like the little cousin that kind of wants to follow the bigger cousins and do stuff right now. So I'm just gonna kind of sit back and ride on their coattails.
What a sweetheart! Look at this guy.
I know.
Just lavishing us with praise already. I think he's buttering us up.
I
don't know why, but he's got an ulterior motive, and we're probably going to find out eventually. But before that happens, let's jump. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry,
go ahead.
I forgot to say I'm playing Lachlan Feldstar,
Oh, yeah.
Storm Cleric, Dwarven Storm Cleric, with 0 ulterior motives whatsoever. I'm actually quite the open book, and yeah, so I look forward to, you know, brewing up a storm.
Nice. Okay, that was good. Let's jump over to Kirk, Mr. Shades himself. What's up, Shades?
Hey, it's me. I'm Kirk. Tonight I am playing a scholar, a man of wisdom and knowledge, intellect, a
And
smart
squad.
man who at no point in his past murdered anyone. Or did he? Did he murder someone? You
my
don't even
God.
know. You don't even know, do you? Guess what? I'm not being Byron this time. But
You're not.
if I were,
You are Byron.
Maybe there's just a little bit of Byron in all your characters.
you know, that's Kirk.
Just a little bit of murder in all the characters.
That's
Oh my
me. That's
God.
reality. That's just
Look.
who I I
Kirk
try
is
to keep myself
exercising his
separate.
RP muscles. Look at him.
And
that
you're
the
all
shades are
about
for?
to see, it's to hide my
Oh, yeah.
true intent.
Your true colors.
And that's all I got for you. You know, I mean, wait, I got more. No, I don't.
Kirk, it's a pleasure to have you back. Your chaotic
good to be
energy
back.
will never no, I'm just gonna stop right there. It just will never. Let's jump over to Andy.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Andy. I will be playing Desmond Adelar, aka Dez. And let's see, he is a dark-haired, roguey rogue type of a fella, and he grew up on the streets of Verbobonc, and now he is indebted, apparently, to this new group of strangers that he met on the road. He is a bouncy, inquisitive fire starter and
That's me.
teacher-looking guy and a priest. And these are all people he probably would have avoided a few days ago.
Uh-oh. Surprise.
But, you know.
Andy, it's great to have you back, buddy. And, I just want to give a shout out to Andy and Ashley and Miko and Bleak for jumping in and helping us to produce all the amazing games that we have going on right now. I need to give those games a quick plug. We've got our Sunday Blade Runner game that Bleak is running every other Sunday. On Monday nights, we have the Monday Night Mayhem, which Ashley mentioned. We just wrapped up a Eastera 2-shot that Miko ran, and we'll be jumping into a 3-shot with Oops All Kobolds, and then there's stuff coming up after that. So that Monday night is kind of like our variety show, and so we'll have a lot of really cool stuff coming through on that. If you want to get involved in any of those games, we encourage you to hop on over and hang out with us in our Discord. We do recruit players out of our Discord and DMs, and GMs. So come on over and hang out with us. We've got this game every Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Central. We have the Bleak's Shade Song game on Fridays currently. So there's a lot going on. One of the other things that I wanted to mention is that this Sunday, before our Blade Runner game, we have a special Greyhawk Con, virtual Greyhawk Con game. I'm putting the link in the chat if you guys want to play in Greyhawk with a bunch of people. There's all kinds of games going on all weekend long, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We'll be running a game here, streaming it with a bunch of folks on Sunday from 2 to 6. And then right after that, we'll switch into our Blade Runner game. So please come and check that out. Big shout out to a returning sponsor. What? CZRPG is back and helping to promote our stream and helping to make sure that the word gets out about all the great stuff that we're doing. We're giving away the Forsaken Bog tonight, which is a fantastic one-shot kind of module adventure that they put out. Again, CZRPG, they are the masters of creating content to help dungeon masters come up with some really cool stuff on the fly. Great stuff. This Forsaken Bog is pretty sweet. All you need to do to get into the giveaway is type !drawing, and you'll be entered to win. We will give that digital copy of the Forsaken Bog away at the end of the stream tonight. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. If you want to get involved in the stream, you want to support the channel, you can use bits to essentially donate advantage points to our players. It gives them advantage on rolls and helps them not result in a TPK, but also just to succeed and do awesome heroic stuff, should they live. I mean, they're first level characters, let's be honest. So with all that said, I think it is time, my
12 hit
friends.
points.
What's that? How many? 12?
12.
That's
hit
actually
points.
pretty good. That's not
Actually
bad
pretty
for
good.
first level. Yeah, that's
Yeah, I'm still feeling a little, underprepared.
well.
I know
as
your
you do.
reputation. That's why.
I don't have a reputation. What are you talking about? Come on now. I'm gonna cue
That's
the
for
music
short shots.
Yeah,
One shot.
That's for sure shots.
I'm gonna cue the ominous TPK music soundtrack that I
Oh,
have. Hold
boy.
on. Just kidding. It's Forest Shadows though.
This is
not
my
gonna lie.
favorite one. Yes.
All right,
It's
let
your
me
favorite
let
music
me.
to die to?
I think
I
so.
just noticed your shadowy DM icon. I love it.
Oh
The
yeah,
one-
yeah. We have some icons here. We should probably mention that.
Yeah, who made this?
Miko and Andy have been creating these using Midjourney AI, which is pretty sweet.
Oh,
So
man.
you might see some additional stuff from that, and yeah, it's pretty sweet. I just started playing around
Nice.
with it. It's really fun, but it's also
Very
extremely
addictive,
challenging.
yes.
All right, you guys. Seriously though, you want to do this? Let's do this.
Oh, are we live? Are we playing tonight?
Yeah. We're
I
playing
mean,
tonight.
we're here.
Professional.
Are we doing
Oh,
this?
God.
Tonight's the night.
That's aggressive. We're gonna go to a little bit less aggressive music because we're not gonna do the TPK right away. We're gonna save that for after the break.
That
All right,
was
my
the
friends.
track.
Tonight we are returning to Earth in the common year of 579, where a new story has begun in the Viscounty of Verbobonc, north of the Kron Hills. This small state would hardly be worth a mention in the annals of Flanness history if it were not for the evil forces that chose to construct a temple in the rolling countryside near the village of Hommlet. Now, around 566, so 10 years ago, Hommlet and its surroundings suffered from an inconvenient incursion of goblins, gnolls, bugbears, trolls, and actually kobolds, which led to the spread of outlawry and strife. Trade was disrupted and the countryside was pillaged. Bands of evil demi-humans and despicable men wreaked havoc across the land. So too did an evil cleric establish a fell temple, and within 3 short years, a grim and foreboding fortress was erected to protect it. Servants of the temple brought violence and death and pestilence, unleashing power of earthquakes, storms, fires, and floods across the countryside. Forces from nearby Furiondi and Veluna rallied to intervene, as did the gnomes from the Kron Hills, dwarves from the Lort Mills, and elves from the gnarly forest in Selene. Together, this righteous host destroyed the temple and scattered its patrons in the historic and famous Battle of Emrity Meadows. The year was 569, and the horde of elemental evil was scattered. Now, Hommlet and the surrounding countryside was restored to, I guess, a quiet and profitable state. Commerce began to recover. People started to come back to these scorched lands, and things were peaceful for a time. We find ourselves now 10 years later, 579 of the common year. Banditry has returned to the countryside, with brigands becoming more brash and cunning each day. There's some people who are worried, whispering of dark times ahead, while others simply chalk it up to low-life criminals from nearby Verbobonc or some other nearby town making moves to take advantage of local prosperity. Indeed, our small party of travelers had a bit of a run-in and a rough spot themselves. Traveling from areas to the north and to the east, they found themselves waylaid by bandits on the road to Hommlet. Having stopped to aid a wounded bystander, they were ambushed with one of their party, Desmond, nearly killed. Yet they fought valiantly, and they made a considerable offering of coin, thanks to Norb, and they escaped this unfortunate encounter with their lives. Now, as we rejoin the party, companions newly met, it is nightfall, camp has been made. If you recall, we find ourselves warming at the fire. It is the middle of Patchwall, which equates to like October here in our world. The air is cold, it's autumn-like. The leaves have begun to change colors in the trees. You're here sort of at this interesting edge of the gnarly forest where the forest canopy gives way to the rugged Kron foothills. Rocky terrain, but still fairly forested. The night is crisp. Looking up above you, you can see stars fill the sky above. With the crackling fire, you're left to yourselves for the moment. Please, if you will, I'd like each of you to remind us what your character looks like and what they are currently engaged in as they sit at the fire. So I'd like to start with Ashley.
Xanthi has messy red hair to her shoulders and unnatural golden yellow eyes, freckles across her face, and she's a little, she's kind of average height, but a little on the short side, about 5'3", and she doesn't wear any armor. She's just wearing kind of a long coat, and the outside of which is a very like dark drab color, and the inside has patchwork on it, which you could kind of get glints of as she like fidgets around the fire. She's taken out of her bag a very pristine looking journal, and she is open to maybe like the third page in it, and she has started to draw like a field journal, things that have happened over the last day. So she is like trying to draw like a picture of a guy in a tree stand shooting a bow and arrow at them.
Okay, thank you, Xanthi. We'll go to Norb next.
I have to have my mic down for you to hear me. So Norb is a large, very muscular man. I don't know if anyone else in the party would know this. For the most part, in the last encounter, he was nonviolent. He wears very thick, scholarly robes that hide the majority of his bulk. They make him look kind of like a monk. He's totally bald, big beard. His eyes look very friendly. He's often carrying books, or like scrolls. He's reading a lot. He's taking notes a lot. Tonight, at the fire, Norb has gone around the camp and collected various local fauna and flora, plant
Plants?
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get those mixed up sometimes.
Wait, what
Collected a bunch
fauna have you collected?
Dandelions? No, he
Okay.
collected a bunch of local like plants and stuff, and
Okay.
he's brewing a tea for everyone. And he's sitting close to the fire, cross-legged, peacefully, just kind of like, took out his little teapot. He's making some tea for everyone.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Norb. Let's go over to Lachlan.
Lachlan Feldspar is a dwarf, fairly tall for his race, in the higher end of it, around 5 feet tall. Still fairly wiry, young. He's a young dwarf. He's about 70, but that puts him in the young bracket. He has long hair and beard. They're usually of a sort of dark blonde color, but a lot of it has been kind of bleached down over time a little bit by a lot of time spent in the sun and in the sea spray and the salt water, as he was on ships for a very long time. And this can be seen because parts of his beard and hair are adorned with little bits of seashells or river stones or things of that nature. And he wears a silver chain around his neck with a pendant that is a barnacle that's kind of encrusted inside a stone. He wears chainmail armor and carries a fairly big two-handed axe that he keeps at his side, but also carries a shield and a warhammer, and the shield is adorned with a sort of black bird or sort of black crow-like figure underneath a storming cloud. Around the fire tonight, Lachlan will be mostly taking a look at Dez's wounds or anybody else who may have wounds, using some of his knowledge in first aid and medicine to try and help people up, trying to help people get back on their feet. I know Dez was particularly banged up, but he'll be basically doing the rounds, just chuckling and, generally being kind of his garrulous self, all the while tending to people's wounds and needs, and looking forward to that tea that our muscle-bound scholar is brewing us.
Dez is a human male in his mid-20s. He tells people he's about 6 feet tall. He has short dark hair and gray eyes. He is wearing leather armor and some like dark colored clothing underneath. While he travels, he wears a dark gray hooded cloak. He carries a number of weapons, a couple of daggers, and he now has two short swords, and a pack. And right now he's just stretched out on the ground, kind of nursing this neck wound that he got in the last game, and kind of also nervously fidgeting with a deck of cards.
All right, you all are at this place of relative safety after an extremely rough day of being ambushed on the road. You have only just met, as we mentioned before. Some of you had been traveling together. Xanthi and Dez had been traveling from the north towards Hommlet for various reasons that you may or may not reveal. And meanwhile, Lachlan and Norb had been traveling from the east, from the Wild Coast, again with their own motivations for what lies ahead. But you have met each other. You met each other in the middle of the encounter itself. So as Xanthi and Dez were engaging with this wounded bystander, they were ambushed by men in the woods. At that point, only shortly thereafter, your calls for aid or for help perhaps alerted the other two, Norb and Lachlan, and they came running in to join the fray. So you finally kind of settled into this place, each of you sort of falling into your sort of pattern of what you do when you get into camp, but there's still sort of this elephant in the room of like, who are these people that are in our camp now? And so I imagine there might be some things you would want to talk to each other about, perhaps, so we can open some space up for that if you'd like to. Oh, yeah, thanks for the raid, Blue Box RPG. You got here just in time. Thank you so much. Great to see you all. We're just getting started with the brand new Heroes of Greyhawk campaign. We are on the road to Hommlet, and we've been ambushed by bandits, and now we are back in camp nursing our wounds and getting to know each other a little bit before we head into town. So, yes, my friends, my players, let's get back to the action.
What was the action? Oh, yes. So as I'm tending to Dez, just making sure he doesn't bleed out completely during the night. This is the kind of thing that happens to you often, lad.
No, but I saw a bit earlier, right before you showed up, we ran into another man that had pretty much the exact same thing happen to him.
Well, maybe it was the same fuckers and we just drove them out of the woods, but it's pretty dangerous out here. What are you and the young lady doing out here? It's not a time for idle traveling.
We're on our way to Hommlet. It's like to find out where all the scary things are.
I think
You heard the rumors, right?
Yes, but I don't necessarily lend a lot of credence to rumors. Although I did hear that people were in trouble, and it does seem so, as we've seen quite a number of them traveling back the way we came, which is usually not a good sign. You don't want to be traveling the way everyone's leaving usually, but I guess you guys are into the looking for trouble type.
Well, I mean, we're not looking for trouble, but Des can totally handle himself. I mean, he said he has scars. Like,
I mean-
look, he's very capable.
I mean, normally when I'm not ambushed from the trees, I can hold my own. Just saying.
I certainly believe so. Now, would you mind holding this compress to this giant wound you have in your neck? I would normally put a tourniquet, but since it's your neck, that's probably not very advisable.
Yeah, that hurts. Yes, I can do that.
I might be able to sew that up for you.
I mean, if it wouldn't be a
I
problem.
didn't know you could sew, Lachlan. What kind of stitches do you know?
Well, when you're on a ship, you have to learn how to sew the sails up at the moment's notice. So, I
Yep.
wouldn't say that my sewing is like on the finer side of point making, but
Could you, I don't know, show me some of it sometime?
well, I'll show
think
you right
that'd be
here.
really
Come on
cool.
over. Okay, come over.
Okay,
Hold
yeah,
this
yeah,
line.
yeah.
Hold this line.
Wait. I'm sorry. The tea's almost done.
What kind of tea are you making?
It's like a chaga, but I found some like dandelions around here. There was some other, I'm not totally familiar with the area, but but I do know that that no berry that has a five-headed crown is poisonous. So
Let
So
me ask
you're
you-
making us definitely not poisonous tea.
Let's
No,
find
it's
out.
like a berry tea.
Give me. First of all, do you have proficiency with tea making tools? And if not, give me a nature check. Christian, no, excuse me, Lachlan, if you wouldn't
No.
mind giving a medicine check as you attend to your new companion's wounds. They
I shall
are
do.
grievous.
They
Have you
are.
ever seen that? Have you ever seen that meme where all the arrows get shot into the guy and then he falls down? That's basically what happened during session 0. It was brutal. Hey, and thank you all for the raid and the hype train. We appreciate
absolutely.
the bits. Those will be transitioned into advantages for our team. I've been keeping track of them. Thank you so much, you guys. We really appreciate it. Greyhawk.
I got a 17. Do I save his life, or do we need to have him? Do we need to find a new companion?
Well, he fails his first death save automatically. We've already established that.
Don't be
No,
late.
so one of the things that you notice, Lachlan, as you pull open sort of his shirt and you look to get a better view of the actual wounds themselves, is that there are more than you thought there were in that short period of time. So you can calculate that you think there were maybe 6 hidden archers in the woods.
They all hit Des.
And they all basically were firing at Des, the sneaky rogue who just couldn't find a
Different-
place to hide.
Different angles of entry. Yeah.
Lad, I'm starting to think that it was a bit personal.
So these are puncture
Did you know
wounds,
those
and
boys?
you're able to like pack them with like some fabric, and you tear open some fabric off of any sort of cloth you might have or a blanket, and you're able to sort of clean the wounds and then put some compression on them to effectively stop the bleeding. It's not cured by any stretch of the imagination, but you do have healing magic that you could bring to bear as well. But he
I
does.
no longer do because I used all my spells keeping us alive last time.
Oh, then he's
Same.
probably going to
Unless-
die in the night.
Well, I mean, I was healed up.
Yes,
Just
you were.
saying.
You're
I
at.
was
You're at.
healed up.
You healed up during the combat,
Yeah.
but yes, you're gonna have some more scars, my friend, which is pretty cool.
Mhm.
Norb, what did you
I got
roll
a-
for your nature?
I got a 4.
Okay, so you pass out this hot steaming tea, and your friends take it in their cups, and it's nice and hot. Xanthi, you hold it close, and it's hot, and you take that first smell of the steam coming off of it, and you almost gag. I'm not going to make you roll a con save, but it's terrible. It just smells horrible. What do? Do you drink it?
So you put the dandelions in with the chai spice? Is that what you said?
Guy, no, chaga.
With the
What is
chaga.
this?
It's like a bark.
Oh, bark tea.
It's like a bark. I don't know. It's kind of like You know, it's like a
little
fungus
rough.
bark. It's earthy,
Oh.
delicious.
Oh, hey, what's that? And she points
What?
behind you.
Where?
She just chucks it over her shoulder.
I don't see anything.
Oh, wow, this is really good. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
hey,
I'm
I
all
made a
full
bunch.
now,
If you'd like
though.
some more. Oh, okay.
Do you have some of
Guys,
that boiled
Put me
water
on
left?
TikTok.
You know, I'll pour myself some.
Do you have
And
some of
then
the
I'll-
boiled water left without the tea in it?
No. I'm gonna have a little tea. I only made enough for tea. So I'm gonna go to sip it and I'm gonna smell it. Oh, good. I messed that up somehow.
I'm gonna look at Des as if you're holding the cup and
I'm
just be
still
like,
holding the cup.
Yeah, I'm gonna look over at Des as I'm like looking at the tea in front of me and be like, you don't want that actually. And I'll look at Xanthi. Then I'll look back at the cup. And then I'll look at Xanthi again. I'll be like, it was actually good. It smells terrible.
You drank that?
maybe I was just really thirsty.
Goodness, I think I messed it up somewhere. And I mean, you can have the rest, Xanthi. I can package it. I just don't think anyone else is gonna like this. I think it smells terrible.
Uh,
I'm gonna dump out my cup.
I am so full of tea. I'll have to pass.
Okay. Well, next time I make tea, it'll be way better. Maybe. Yeah. I should probably do a little more research on this area.
Look down at Des. So, do you want more of the tea, or would you rather I let you die?
No tea. No tea. And no dying either. I don't.
Just keep holding the
I'm gonna
cot.
be
You're not
alright,
holding
I
it
think.
correctly. It's bleeding still. Hold on.
Oh,
This?
oh, you'll have to keep maintaining the pressure. Put the cup down.
Speaking.
Let me sew that up. So I'll get my little sewing kit.
Yeah, with that medicine check that you rolled before, you're able to get in there and start to sew up some of the puncture wounds. But it's going to take some time as you sit around the fire, and the lighting's not great. So you're sort of like pull him a little bit to reposition him to get more light. It's like, oh, and it kind of hurts a little bit, Des, as he kind of manhandles you a bit, but he does the job that needs to be done. It takes
Wow,
a
you're really
bit
good
of
at that.
time.
It's always easier to sew up a man than a sail that's flapping in a storm. So
Why would you
bet.
say that is?
Sailor out here?
well, unless the man is flapping in the storm also, which would make it probably about as hard as the sail flap. But in this case,
See.
he's quite stable.
Interesting. How long were you on the sea again?
Better part of a couple of years.
Okay. Would you consider yourself fully acclimated, or like is it something that you're still kind of new at?
Well, I would say that I don't get sick, but I'm not bow-legged yet.
Okay. Cool.
So, have you ever fought pirates?
A couple of times, yes.
Oh my goodness! All right. So, what was it like? Did they like steal from you, or did you kill them?
No, the first time we fought them, we just all jump into the water and left the ship to them because there was a lot of them, and they looked pretty mean. I mean, there was one of them. You know how oftentimes the pirates will have like a peg leg, like a wooden peg leg, because they lost their leg to a shark attack or something, and they've had it replaced by a piece of wood. There was
That's
one
so
guy.
cool.
Yeah, I know, but it was one guy who was a cutlass. So when you see a guy hopping at you with a cutlass leg, you're like, I'm not gonna mess with that guy because that guy has seen some shit, and I don't want any part of that.
He had a sword leg.
Had a sword leg. What do you want me to tell you?
Well,
That's pretty cool. Did he like try to do some like kick sword hits?
I don't know. I jumped off the boat because there was a guy with a sword leg there, and I'm like, shark, so the shark. But another time we fought them, and the thing about pirates is that the thing about fighting pirates is that usually when you're fighting pirates, you're on a boat in the sea. And it's one thing to fight someone when you're on the ground, where the ground can't be destroyed and you can't sink. But when you're on a boat, it adds a whole new layer of difficulty. So you're trying to fight these guys, but then you're trying to prevent them from setting fire to stuff or breaking the hull, and they're shooting cannons at you. And it gets really, really kind of crazy, especially when you're Well, look, I'm not going to bore you with the details, but let me just say that, it gets pretty hairy.
Aren't land pirates just mercenaries?
Yeah, I don't really know why we call them different words. I mean, they all do the same thing. They come yelling at you, "Rawr," and then they try to take your stuff. Or in the case of Norb, they just pick it off of the ground after you've dropped it down.
Is that what happened? Did you end up having to pay them off?
What? I didn't. Well, so gosh.
Why
They-
did you let them take your money?
Well, I mean, it was
Well,
that,
we
or
did get out of
like,
there.
I mean, what was the alternative? Honestly, we were gonna fight. Like, I could have killed them. They could have killed me. It could have been terrible. Something terrible could have happened. I was like, it's just I only had 10 gold, so I was like, I mean, that's like all the money I have, but
It's a good amount.
I
10
mean,
gold's a lot of
it's
money.
just, but is it worth dying over?
That's an interesting question. What would be worth dying over?
Well, oh gosh, let me think about that for nothing. I like being alive, Lachlan, my friend.
But wouldn't
Um,
that prevent you from just leaving the house completely and going on adventures? You're out here adventuring, and I can tell that you're a sensitive soul and you're
But
an academic and a scholar and all, but you did choose to come out on the road and confront whatever dangers lie here.
yeah, and I mean, and like danger doesn't mean I want to die. I just like, I mean, there's, I've read so many books, I've done so much studying, but I feel like the knowledge that I'm seeking is not something you can read about.
I hear you. See, this is why I left home, and I'm going to, create my own adventures and show everybody that I am also capable. No?
See, I don't care if anyone sees me as capable. That's the thing. Like, I'm not trying to be capable. I'm not trying to be like, I'm not trying to have an adventure. But I mean, I do have to get out of the house to learn the stuff that I'm trying to learn, and like I feel like, well, it's where oh gosh, I'm where am I going with this? There's so much to learn still that I haven't learned. I already said that.
But experience can be quite the harsh mistress. It's not always rewarding. It oftentimes is, but at other times it can demand a steep price. You have to be steeled in your mind and ready to confront these things and pay these prices if you want to earn the knowledge.
Yeah,
I learned-
see, I'm not trying to pay for my knowledge. I'm just trying to learn it. It's just I'm
Well, shouldn't you be in a
practicing.
school then? Aren't there
Yeah.
halls of academia in towns where people go to learn things without putting themselves into much danger?
Yeah, I was at school for a while.
What school was it?
Oh gosh, I'd rather not talk about it. We didn't. We had an academic disagreement.
Was that like a fight?
No, I just
Sounds
we
like a
didn't.
fight.
We didn't. I was trying to. I. I
Were
don't know
you
if you know-
robbing graves?
No, gosh, no.
He was
Someone
totally
may have
robbing graves.
asked me to.
Someone asked you to rob a grave?
Well, they didn't say rob the grave. They said plunder. It was a totally different word. Has
That's
totally different
worse,
connotation.
isn't it? That
It's-
seems
I,
worse.
well, I didn't do
Finally.
it. I didn't do it. How do I explain this?
Hey, better to
You
steal
know-
from the dead than the living, right?
Wrong. No, you don't
No.
steal. Stealing's wrong.
What? Okay.
Is it?
I mean,
I
Oh goodness.
It
mean,
depends on the
there's a
situation.
lot of nuance.
Who are you?
who are you?
I was just walking through. Oh, Lachlan, why
I'm
did we pick
Xanthi,
these
and this
people
is
up?
my best friend Des. And
Oh
she
my
like
goodness.
just puts her arm around.
I'm Des. Thank you very much for coming when you did. I don't think
Listen.
it would have ended too well.
Yeah, I mean, in a way, I paid 10 gold for all of your lives, and so,
We'll get your
and I don't need any repayment. All I'm saying is, like, if you want to buy me dinner when we get to Hommlet, that would be really helpful because I don't
My
have any
friend-
money left.
You've been a good companion on this road for me in these past few days, and I certainly enjoy discussions we've had, and your knowledge is very fascinating. So you will not want for anything in town. I would
Ah,
make sure that you're well taken care of.
you are too good to me, Lachlan, my friendly little sea dwarf friend. Um, at this point, I will kind of sit down and push my hands out, and all of the earth around the camp will start to pile up, like a small battlement around our camp.
That's good.
I'll be
Oh.
doing a little.
That's a
little
very useful
earth
skill.
moving.
If I could stand up, I'd like to look around and just kind of get a lay of the land.
Give me a perception check, please, Des. And
See how exposed we are.
Norb, tell us a little bit more about the way that you craft, you mold the earth to create these
All right.
battlements.
So it's pretty much just wherever we aren't sitting, wherever our camp is kind of situated. I'm gonna start pulling or pushing earth around, 5-foot cubes at a time, just kind of piling them up around the campsite to give it kind of a little more protection from the elements around us. Anything that decides to come into our campsite will have to climb over this wall. I might even like put a small trench on the inside of that wall so that if they do come up over, they'll have to come back down, and then we'll have high ground on them if they decide to come that way.
So you're basically Minecrafting the shit out of this campsite.
Yeah, I'm
right now.
Minecrafting this
Okay.
campsite.
All right.
It's safe.
Okay. Very cool.
Ugh, so dusty. And Xanthia like just run her hands over her face, and as she does, she casts prestidigitation, and it just cleans all of the grime and the blood and dirt from all these earth mounds off of her.
Nice. The best spell that exists.
I-
in Dungeons and
I-
Dragons.
So when Xanthi does that, you can see Lachlan taking a pretty sudden and intense interest in what you're doing. What is that you're doing, lass? Are you washing yourself in your clothes?
I guess. I don't know. It's just I felt dirty, and so I did this, and you like watch her again as her hand moves over her clothes. It like it's cleaner after her hands pass, and they just feel better.
That's marvelous. How does one go about learning such a skill? I absolutely hate being dirty, being filthy. As you can see, I'm quite dusty from the road now. Is this something you could do to somebody else?
Well, I don't know how one would learn it. I just do it.
Well,
I've always
could you do
been
it for
able
me?
to
Could
do
you?
this. And
could you do it for me?
I'll lean over and I'll just like run my hand over her shoulder, and you can clearly see a clean patch. Like the washed me on a car. Because I ran my hand over his shoulder. Oh, you're really dirty.
It's been a rough few days. I've heard of wizards casting fireballs and lightning bolts and teleporting themselves and such, but all of that pales in comparison to this wonderful magic that you possess. Young lady, you are a dream. Could you do my shield? It's also a little.
Yeah, okay. And she runs her hands over it, and it's just, for some reason, cleaner.
Be careful, though.
Marvelous.
I saw fire shoot out of those hands not too long ago.
Well, I'm not scared anymore.
The hand that giveth can be the hand that taketh away, and vice versa.
Desmond,
Very
what
wise.
did you roll for a perception check?
An 11.
Okay, so you're kind of peeking out above the sort of barriers that your friend Norb is creating with his mold earth magic, and the lay of the land is such that you're in an old campsite. There was already a stone ring there that had been cold for some time, but you've started a fire. So there's a fire burning in the stone ring. It's illuminating, now sort of enclosed by this berm that's been created around the campsite. But beyond the berm is a relatively open grassy area. There are a variety of conifer trees that tower above and they are all sort of, dark in the night sky above you. There are some additional deciduous trees that have started to change colors. There's a little bit of leaf litter on the ground from some of the leaves that have already fallen from the winds, perhaps. There's just off to the left of the campsite, there is an old dead snag, a tree that's dead. It's lost all of its life. And then there's the road that you had been traveling on just beyond the campsite. So you're very close to the road. This road is no more than 10 to 15 feet wide at best. It is rutted heavily with wagon wheel tracks and horse hooves and, prints of people on foot. It is in some spots a little muddy, as if perhaps there was rains the day or two prior. But for the most part, it seems to be a dry night. No cloud cover. The sky is alit with the celestial view. The moons are in the sky, and it seems to be a nice night. You don't hear anything much more than perhaps some insects buzzing around, an owl hooting in the distance, maybe a saw-whet owl.
Would I be able to tell if our campfire light could be seen from the road?
Definitely it could.
It definitely could.
Yep.
I think it's all right now, but I don't know if we want to burn this fire all night long.
Well, we can, once we've had a little bit to eat and perhaps a bit more non-poisonous tea, we could bring it down to Amber's and take some turns keeping watch tonight. I certainly could use a bit of rest, but I'll be glad to wake up early and take my part.
Yeah,
but it's not safe.
Yeah, something tells me those marauders in the trees might want some more gold.
I need all my gold, guys.
And to be honest, I've been hearing stories about gnolls in the area and how somebody might be behind some gnoll attacks somewhere down here by Hommlet.
Have you ever seen a gnoll?
I haven't. I've heard about them, but
I've read all about them. Well,
yeah, what have you read?
They're creatures that are very kind of petty. They are greedy. They're dirty. They're very dirty. I mean,
I've heard they don't smell very good.
Maybe
what would you like to know?
Well, I'm not just going to clean every creature that comes into the forest.
They can be kind of aggressive.
One of those.
A multi-class and druid and just be the druid of cleanliness.
Just walk through the forest and clean all the forest animals.
Tidying up around here. Don't mind me. Just tidying up.
Druid car wash. Do I know anything about gnolls, or is that something I'm not?
Roll a history check. You're pretty well traveled, I would say, of the group.
Yeah, no, but no gnolls of the sea.
Yeah, actually, you've heard of gnolls for sure. You don't know a whole lot about their life history or their tactics, but you know they're terrible creatures.
Right. Well, I don't know much about
out there.
I don't know much about gnolls, their history, their tactics, but I do know this: they're terrible creatures.
Yeah,
Big,
I know they like
mean.
to.
Yeah,
they're aggressive. They like to ambush people. They like to.
All right, well, perhaps let's stop talking about it, so as not to work ourselves up into a frenzy. Let's finish
don't
eating,
even worry.
get some tea, and then we'll tamp the fire down a little bit, and we'll take
You
our
want
turn.
some tea too? I
I'll
haven't dumped it all out
tea
yet.
this time. I have some tea here. I've been meaning to try.
Oh, okay.
Love my little pouch.
I will. I'll boil some water.
If you would, it'd be good to soak some of these rags in there to clean them in case we need them to bandage our friend Des here again tomorrow when he gets shot again.
Wait, I don't want rag tea.
Well, no, but we'll make tea, but make extra water so that. Who's the
okay,
scholar
yep.
here?
I thought you just meant you wanted to boil the rags in the water
we'll
and then make tea with
then
it.
we'll boil the rags.
Okay.
Order of operations, guys. Come on.
Come on. Yeah.
So I'll make a quick little dinner for us. You know, whatever we have that we can carry that's kind of warm, and then once the tea and all that's made, we'll bring the fire down to embers, and we'll, you know, build something to kind of hide it a little bit.
Is that
if
dinner
y'all,
come out of your rations,
Yep.
Lachlan? It
Yep.
does. Okay. All right. Very hospitable of you.
I try. I do have to, you know, go and buy some booze at some point. No, I'm kidding. I don't drink. All right. And once that's done, I will, once we've kind of had all that stuff done and the food has been put away and all that, I'll pull out a little box with some tobacco and light up a pipe, but I won't smoke it too long so that it doesn't travel too far. Anyone for some tobacco?
I'll have a little, if you don't mind.
I think
I'm
sorry. I think I'm just gonna go to sleep, guys.
I'll pass Lachlan a skin that has some very strong ale in it.
He'll take it, be like, you know, he'll take a little sip of it, and then he'll hand it back to you and go, thanks, my friend. I appreciate it. I tend not to drink spirits, but I certainly appreciate your offer, and then pull out my thing of water and drink some fresh water instead.
Xanthi will like walk over and crouch down to where Norma's bedding down, and like she'll like put her hands around her knees and just go, you know, you should really find a way to defend yourself. If you don't find some way to defend yourself, you know, now that you don't have any gold left, they're just going to hurt you.
Well, oh, Xanth, that's so nice of you to say. I'd prefer to let them continue to.
Beat you until they get tired?
No, I think they have an opportunity in life to make better decisions, and I think that they will make those better decisions if they're educated enough, and I can show them a better way. I think I can show them a better way.
Well, you know, maybe if you tied them up first, then you would have time to show them a better way. But, you know, like having an approach where you could maybe get them into a situation where you could have a nice conversation would be a good plan.
I'm not trying to. I think they're struggling too, and who am I, who has so much to withhold from them an opportunity to better their own lives?
Well, now you have nothing.
I have my cloak, and I'll hold my cloak up.
You're
And I
gonna
have
give them your cloak next
no.
time?
I'm just saying, I don't have nothing. I can see, feel, taste, smell. I have my friend Lachlan, and now you and Des with me. I have a fire. I have a warm place to sleep tonight. I have a small earth battlement. I have the stars up above. I have these, and I'll reach into my pouch and I'll pull out a couple books. Knowledge. I have so much. I don't want you to think that I'm losing here. I'm doing just fine, and don't worry about me.
Okay. Well, I'm just afraid that, you know, that you'll get hurt. But
I will be fine. They may hurt me, and hopefully I don't hurt them too much.
this 5'3" little redheaded girl will put her hand on your head and say, "Okay,
You reach that high?
I'll protect you." And then she just gets up and she walks back to her sleeping place.
Okay.
So as things kind of wind down, the fire is tamped down a bit to perhaps stem the glow that it gives off in the surrounding canopy. You find yourselves a night having fallen into the darkness, and you likely, I'm guessing, want to have some watches. I don't know if you're going to have if you've decided who's going to be on watch or not, but certainly that might be prudent given your concerns for banditry and knowletry that could be bustling about in the woods.
The more you know. Knowing is half the battle. So I would think that just because, not that we're suspicious people, but since we're like, 2 and 2, we might pair off one with someone from the other group just to make sure that, Dez and Xanthier aren't here to cut our throats and rob us blind.
Tactical, I like it.
Xanthia's still extremely trusting, and she will probably just roll over and go to sleep first.
So yeah, I'll stay up with Dez then to keep an eye on the wounds and make sure the sutures are good and whatnot before he goes to bed and then messes it all up. So
Dez is trying to tactically figure out where he can sleep without somebody sneaking up behind him.
Xanthia's already starfished out, like in the middle of the area next to the campfire.
Just so naive. I love it. All right, so it sounds like Lachlan and Desmond are going to take the first watch, with Xanthia already sleeping and Norb maybe settling in to review some of your notes before dozing off. It's been a day. It's been a bit. You did some sprinting, if you recall, to the encounter during the session 0, so you're tired. As you two fall asleep, the night grows darker. Some clouds start to sort of wisp through the sky, covering up some of the illumination from the celestial bodies above. You still get that nice wood smoke smell coming off of the smoldering fire, and it gives off just enough light to be able to sort of see each other in the darkness. Maybe you're having a pipe and the glow illuminates your face a little bit. The night is yours. If you have things you want to discuss during your watch, you can certainly do that.
I think that definitely something that would interest Lachlan would be so Des, how do you come to be traveling with someone like Xanthi?
Wow.
Did you know each other before?
Kind of happened by accident. I mean, we were just south of I think it was Etterbach. I don't know. I saw her on the road. We were traveling the same direction, and pretty soon we caught up with one another, and I wasn't initially planning on traveling with her, but she's very talkative and inquisitive, and she just kind of tagged along for a while. I thought at some point she'd probably excuse herself or something, but she never did. That's honestly how it happened. She just kind of, because
you do
just kind of became traveling partners, and it was all right. I had somebody to talk to. At first, I was a little suspicious of her, but then I started feeling a little, like, oh, what's this girl doing out here? She's over her head, and this
like
is
a stray
dangerous.
cat who shows up at your door one day and then keeps coming back every day, and then at some point it's just living in your house with you.
Yeah, and there are all these stories about this area, and so I felt bad a little bit, like I should probably kind of keep an eye on her. But then I started getting hit with arrows, and she started shooting fire out of her hands, and the situation changed a little bit.
She is full of surprises, and that miraculous thing she does with the clothes, that I've never seen that before, and it's to be frank, it's going to occupy my mind for quite some time.
I've read about it before. I didn't go to a lot of school, but I try to read everything I could get my hands on.
You strike me as more of a man of the streets. You certainly seem to be perhaps a little more seasoned than our friend Xanthi here.
I mean, yes. I would agree with you there.
So what's taking you to Hommlet then?
Well, long story short, I grew up near Hommlet. And some things happened a long time ago, and I was separated from my family. And I ended up a long ways away when I was very young. So the opportunity arose for me to travel south, and, you know, it was so long ago, I don't think I'll find them again. I think they're gone.
So you've not seen your family since?
No, since the troubles that happened here before.
Do you have anything to go by? Do you have names? Do you have memories of them?
Yeah, I mean, I know our family name and my parents and my brother, and kind of know where our farm was, but it's very fuzzy. It's been a long time. Some of the roads have changed a little. But yeah, that's why I'm coming down. I mean, I heard of this. I always, you know, kind of dreamed of being a little more able when this stuff was happening before. So I figured, you know, I'd come down and see if I could help the people that live down here.
Well, it's a very laudable goal. It's very nice of you to, considering how difficult things must have been for you, to still feel capable of selflessness and want to help others. A lot of people would just...
Well, I mean, I am looking to get paid while I do it.
Don't we all?
I have to be honest about that, but...
Well, I don't have much money to give you, but I can offer you some more of that tobacco if you'd like.
Yeah, you don't owe me anything. I owe you, if anything. But yeah, if you don't mind, I'd have some more tobacco.
He'll go into his bag and he'll pull out this little hand-carved tobacco box that's got like, that looks like it's been, you know, in the family for generations kind of thing. And when he pulls it out, he has a bit of a moment where he kind of looks at it a little bit and brushes it, and then he'll slide it open and start pulling out some tobacco.
That's an interesting box.
Oh yes.
Do I see any script? Would I see anything written on it?
It is so old and handled that you can see there once was, but the wood now is very weathered. Looks like it was probably water damaged at some point. You know, like the wood has, you know, burst in some places, and it's kind of darker. So it's definitely been kind of waterlogged at some point. And it's so old and so handled that almost everything has kind of disappeared off of it. So yeah, this used to belong to my grandfather, and my father before him, you know, parcel out some tobacco, and he's like, reminds me of something. You'll push the little cover off to the other side, and you'll see like a bunch of bric-a-brac in there, like a bunch of different little things in the other side where normally the pipe would go. He doesn't keep his pipe in here. He's got a bunch of little things. He'll show you the box, and stuff in there is like, you are trying to find your family again. I certainly had mine. I was lucky enough to have mine for most of my life. And my parents are still alive, living quite a distance from here, on the seashore, actually. Oddly enough, I guess, for dwarves. But these things do help me remember them. And I wonder what it would be like if I didn't have these things to keep me company and to make it easier to think of them sometimes. And I assume that perhaps you don't have mementos like these of your parents, your family.
Not really, just memories. Unfortunately, I had to kind of run away with what I had on my body.
Stiff proposition. See this one here, and he'll pull out a little folding knife. Like, your story makes me think of this a little bit. He'll pull out a little folding knife, and you can see that, like the box, it was once like intricately carved, you know, it's wood, but now it's been made smooth by time and handling. That the wood looks like it was very rich, you know, some brown exotic wood, and when he opens it up, you can see that the blade is snapped, like it's really just a nub. It's kind of broken. So as from my father, he got it from his father, and it broke a few times, and he fixed it. My father was a blacksmith, and at one point when it broke here, you know, he could have fixed it again. But I remember he was looking at it and kind of contemplating it, and I asked him, "Are you going to fix it again, Dad?" It was like the third time I'd seen him fix it or something, and he said, "Well, you know what? It's very important to know when the thing is done its time. You have to respect that and allow it to rest. The trick," he said, "is knowing when you should work at repairing something and knowing when it's best to leave it alone." It's a lesson I still struggle with. I spend a lot of time trying to fix everything sometimes, but then I'll see this and it'll help me remember that sometimes you just have to leave well enough alone.
Wow.
And I'm saying this because if it's been a very long time since you've seen your family, you may be in for some unpleasant surprises when you do. And I would just hope that you've thought of that and you're going into this with full knowledge that you may find things that it might have been best left alone.
Right. I have had the time to think about just about everything, every possible thing. So I don't have high hopes.
But you do have to have hope. I mean, the sun does rise in the morning. That's
true.
hopeful enough sometimes.
It would be nice.
Plus, you had this one to take care of now. It looks like she's adopted you. I don't think that you're going to get rid of her too easily.
Yeah, I don't think so either. And I don't want
Xanthi lets out a large snore.
I don't want. I'm a little scared to ask now too. I don't think she's gonna. I don't know how she would take it.
If you'd asked her to leave,
Yeah,
I don't think you can.
I don't. That's what I'm saying. I'm a little scared now after seeing that fire. I can still see him. There's.
I don't think you need to
were
be
sizzling afterwards.
It was a little upsetting.
Yeah, I hadn't seen that before. I mean, I've heard of, magic, and I've read a lot of books about abilities, but I hadn't seen it happen before. It's a little crazy.
On a boat, you learn to fear fire. You learn to respect it. It can be the single most dire enemy that you can face. Next to scurvy. Scurvy is just terrible, and that reminds me I should be eating some tomatoes and some bell peppers and a little rummage in his bag. But aside from scurvy, fire is very dangerous. But for all her youth and exuberance and innocence, when Xanthi used that fire, I got the feeling she knew what she was doing. Perhaps not really how she was doing it, but I don't think she'd be the type to randomly set people or places ablaze. So what do I know? Maybe she is. Who knows? Maybe she's a pyromaniac. We'll find out at some point.
Let's hope not. It's better to have her on our side.
Yeah, I would think so. Well, it's been interesting getting to know you, Des. I'm sure we'll have opportunity to do so again. How's the bandage? Is that feeling okay?
It's pretty good, thank you.
I'm gonna take one last look at it.
Yeah, all right. A little better.
Yeah. In the morning, if it's still really bothering you, after I've had some rest, I can help you out a bit more thoroughly. Well, maybe it's time we kick. Sorry.
Yeah, I think I just need a good night's sleep, really.
And maybe we should kick these two slumbering beauties awake.
Sure. Okay.
Before
you wake
you
up yours in case she has a reflex of firing when she wakes up.
Before you guys switch over with the watches, give me some perception checks, please. And Lachlan, roll a d12 for me, please.
I rolled a 10.
So
Quite
my
average of you.
average of you. My perception, I rolled a 20, dirty 20.
Oh wow. Okay.
Nice.
And I do have dark vision also, by the way, as does every other character and creature and whatever in this game.
Not
and
this time.
Not the
Haha.
humans.
So yes, I got a 15 plus my 5, so 20, dirty 20, and I got an 8 on my D12.
Okay. You know, Des doesn't really notice a whole lot out of the ordinary. The sounds of the forest seem what you would expect. The wind blowing through the dried leaves as we find ourselves sort of in this autumn setting. But nothing strange. Lachlan, you do hear during the course of your conversation a few times distant wolf or coyote howls or yelps, perhaps communications between multiple canids off in the distance, but nothing nearby.
Okay. Well, when it's time to go and switch over the guard duty, I will tell whoever I wake up, probably Norb. In fact, I don't know why I wouldn't tell both, but I'll tell both of them when we wake them up that I heard these in the distance and to just keep an ear out. In case they get closer, I'll say they sounded like they were about maybe, so many yards that way. If they get any closer, maybe wake us up.
About a quarter mile, probably.
Oh, Lachlan. They're
But-
more afraid of us than we are of them.
Yeah, but they're not going to attack unless they're pretty certain that they can defeat us. And
Right,
by
but
the
we have
time
a
they feel pretty
fire. Like, we're gonna be just fine. They have to climb this hill.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of reasons why they wouldn't attack, but if they do, there's going to be a good reason why also. So just keep an ear out.
Yeah, I know, understand. I'll let you know if they
I
come
know you're-
closer.
I know you're used to like living comfortably in your little libraries in the city and whatnot, and there are not too many wolves in there, but
I read all about them. I'm more worried about kobolds. If I hear giggling, I will definitely wake you up, and I will ask you, please, Lachlan, save us.
just be careful because I think Xanthi's probably going to giggle a lot, and you don't want to, mistake her for a kobold.
You're probably right.
And with
At
that, I
this
will
point-
retire and get some sleep so that I can cast some spells tomorrow.
Very, very prudent of you.
Did you wake her up?
That was his
Yeah.
job because I don't want to get fried.
Oh yeah. Xanthi, wake
Mm,
up. It's your watch.
okay.
How-
Yeah. Des, do you want me to fix your coat, your cloak? And I like point to like the little. There's like multiple arrow holes
you
across.
yeah, I mean can you fix it?
Yeah, if you hand it to me, I could sew it up.
Right, I'll give it to you.
Okay. Yeah, she also like takes out a little needle and thread from her bag, and she sits down next to the fire and starts like fixing it.
Hmm.
No,
It'll take a while.
Thank you.
I'll see her doing this, and I'll like sit down and kind of like or lean over and kind of like watch her stitch for a little bit. Listen to the woods, and then lean over again, watch her stitch a little more. Then take out my book and start writing a little bit.
Des will just kind of watch Norb a little suspiciously, but then eventually start falling asleep.
What
What'd
are
you do
you
there?
reading?
Oh, I'm not reading. I'm writing.
What are you writing?
I'm writing. So I'm noticing you're pulling the thread through the loop that you pull through make the loop, and then you pull the thread. Why are you doing that?
Oh, this is embroidery.
Embroidery. Wow, I've never heard
And
of
you'll
that
see
before.
that she like has taken a little bit of like scrap fabric out of the bottom of her bag, and then she is using that to make a little patch.
Oh. Wow.
Like the arrows were kind of big, so if I didn't, it would make a big puckery thing.
That seems like super functional. That is so handy. That is I've never had to do something like that.
Oh, well, I had a lot of time to myself, so I got quite good at it. And she flips over the underside of her long cloak, or her coat, and you can see, like, the inside is a patchwork of, like, bright patterns and mismatched colors, and, like, they're all kind of, like, patchwork together, like, with, like, some like little wolves running and like some sunshine. Like it's like a massive state fair quality like inner lining of
Whoa.
her coat.
Holy moly. Did you do that whole thing?
Yeah, like I would just get a little piece here and there and I just added to it. I
Wow.
figured that Des doesn't want a big shiny like wolf on his cloak. So that's why I'm just
I don't know. That's super cool. I think well, I guess I don't know Does very well, but I mean I don't know. I think it'd be really cool to have a little wolf on my robes, you know.
Do you want me to make you one?
Yep. Yeah, I
Okay.
do.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
not tonight because tonight I am working on fixing
Yeah,
this.
no,
But
you're good. Don't worry. You know, I should pay more attention to watch. I'm I said I'd take a watch, you know, and it's you know, when you tell somebody you're gonna do something, really you gotta do it, you know, it's otherwise why'd you even say it? You know what I'm you know, and
it's very
it's
true.
like life, you know. I mean, sometimes I'm gonna go on. You know what? I'm going on a tangent. I'm sorry. And I'll just walk off, and I'll stand up on the hill, and I'll look out. And I'll walk back. You know, I mean, it is like life. It is. You know, we have to. Ah, gosh, I'm sorry. And I'll walk back to the wall.
You
And
never
stretch.
said what you were writing. And then
Oh
she goes,
yeah.
You never said what you were writing.
Oh, I'm glad you asked.
Out.
And I'll immediately come back and I'll sit down next to her and I'll open up my book and it'll just be pretty much like kind of a note system of like how you were threading the needle through and then it'll be like a rudimentary drawing next to it of what you've been stitching and
Oh my
and
gosh,
then,
I do this too. And she like digs through her bag, like this fabric is like everywhere, and she pulls out the journal that she was working on before she went to sleep, and she opens it to the page from today, and you can see like there's a crass kind of crude drawing of like a guy shooting an arrow from a tree.
cool.
Yeah, I also keep journals like this.
Wow. So mine's mostly knowledge and I'll flip through it and it'll be like pages of script that I don't know what languages you speak, but of various languages. I'll be like, yeah, I'm trying to learn like as many languages as I can, because I feel like the world is so diverse and there's so many people in the world and I want to know what everyone's saying and I feel like everyone can think in different languages and people are thinking in different languages. People are thinking different things and maybe thinking different ways. And can you imagine if everyone thought in the same way that everyone could have like this grand world of peace and like everybody could communicate with each other and oh my gosh, I went on a tangent, didn't I? And I'll stop talking.
Well, mine's mostly like an adventure journal, and like she flips to the first page, and there is a cartography kind of map of like the road to Hommlet, like
Oh
from
wow.
her original city, which I definitely remember.
Wow.
I don't remember.
So how do you feel anyways? Like
Free City of Greyhawk.
oh right. How so no sorry, tangent. No, wow, that's a really good map. How are you feeling today? You know, I mean I watched you burn a bunch of people to death.
Oh, yeah, that wasn't so great.
Yeah.
I mean, but they did fall, so maybe the fall killed them,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. The fall probably killed them.
From the
Yeah,
tree
it
while
was.
they were on fire.
They were well. It could have. Maybe they just lost their footing. Maybe they were distracted by the fire, and they tripped and they hit their head when they hit the ground.
You
I
know,
think that's a much more likely scenario.
when
Um,
I heard about people talking about adventuring, it sounded a lot more fun and a lot less icky.
um, you know, I think you're probably right. Adventuring isn't really a friendly experience. The idea of an adventure is that we need to find conflict to solve. And I think we're I don't know, solving conflicts. I mean, I don't know. I think we might be going it around. I don't know what I'm saying. Let's just be honest.
You're muted.
I think they just fell out of that tree.
Right? I mean, like, a lot of people shot at them.
Yeah, there
and,
was a
and
lot
then they
going on.
fell. So it could have been multiple things.
Yeah, but how would you feel if and I'm not saying it is the truth, if your fire had killed them?
Well, I mean, not great. But they were trying to kill us.
Yes, they were, and I think you're right. I mean, it's refreshing to hear you say that. It doesn't feel nice to kill someone. It sucks. It's not great.
Have you ever killed anyone before?
Oh gosh. I've killed someone. I've killed one person. And it doesn't feel great.
Were they trying to kill you?
No, they were. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what they were doing. It was a. Oh, gosh. It was. We. So I was in school and like they really wanted me. I'm very smart. I'm not trying to brag or anything. I'm very good at learning things. Very, very learned. I'm very smart. But I'm not very great with people. And so when people are nice to me, I'm like, oh, you're great. I love you. And I want to be best friends with them. And I've learned that not everyone who wants to be friends with you is very nice. And, well, I may have made friends with somebody who wanted me to do some things that I didn't like. And I got kind of upset when they told me to do these things. And I may have had an emotional response. And I don't know if fury is the right word, but that is what rained down on them.
I understand. When all those people started shooting at me, I just held out my hands and fire.
Yeah, and see, for me, I just hold out my hands and it's like gore.
That sounds. I mean, that could be a gift,
No,
like
no,
in the right
no.
circumstances.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, if I was trying to, I don't know, butcher a deer,
right?
that's
You
great.
could go into the butchering field, and that would be very helpful.
Yeah,
butcher.
yeah, I suppose it could.
Or maybe, like, let's say a bunch of gnolls had kidnapped a bunch of children and you wanted to rescue them. Maybe it would be a good thing to be able to save them.
I haven't thought of it that way. I don't know if Knowles kidnap people or not. They're more the ambushy type. In my experience, when I've read, well, at least what I've read about them, they tend to lay traps and then do ambushes, and they're very sneaky and very aggressive, and they'll just jump on you and just start biting you and clawing you. And, oh
You
gosh,
think
they're
they eat people?
no, I don't know, maybe. I mean, I don't recall reading about them consuming humans, but I do think it is a short leap. Is like a baby step, actually. Yeah, I bet they eat people.
See, like, if they were going to eat a bunch of human children, would you rescue them? Even if it meant you had to hurt the gnolls?
I don't know. Could the gnolls be reasoned with? Maybe they're just struggling for food. Maybe they just need somebody to bring them reliable.
Baby human food? No. Alright. See, like, you would try to rescue them.
I would, yes, I would try.
Mm-hmm. Alright, we found like one line. We'll try to find some more later.
Listen, this has been a great conversation. Thank you for discussing these things with me. And that cloak is super sick.
Yeah.
Have you heard anything? I've been so focused on this, I haven't been paying any attention to what's going on around us.
Have I
I'll
heard
look
an-
over at Lachlan. Is he still sleeping?
Give me some perception rolls, Xanthi and Norb. Xanthi, are you proficient in tailor's tools by any chance? Do you have proficiency?
I am not.
Okay, give me a tailor's tools check, which will be, in this case, probably a dexterity roll.
Okay.
So you can add your dexterity modifier to a d20, no proficiency bonus since you're not proficient.
14.
Okay, yeah. I mean, you do a really nice job. Even given the low light situation, you've worked on your own cloak before, you've got some experience, and you do succeed on doing a really nice job of mending parts of your companion's cloak. So you get one mark in Taylor's tools on your way to proficiency someday, perhaps.
Nice.
And also, Norb, if you could roll a d12 for me.
Excellent. I got a 17 on my perception, by the way.
Okay.
And a 4 on the D12.
Okay. You keep a keen ear during this conversation for, hey, techie woman, thanks for coming. We got a couple more advantages for the crew. We're going to dole those out at the break here, which we're going to take in just a couple of minutes. Thank you so much for being here. We missed you. So you kept a keen ear out, Norb, during this conversation, having been warned by your companion to listen for wolves or maybe coyotes, something howling and yipping in the distance. And you do throughout this conversation, and while you're sitting at the fire with Xanthi, you hear a very similar sounds coming from the distance, but they don't seem to be getting any closer. Nothing that really starts to worry you too much. Although, again, you're not, at this point up until now, you haven't really been an adventurer out on the road. So perhaps it does worry you a little bit. I don't know. But you do get the sense that there are perhaps wolves or coyotes maybe a quarter mile away. Do you want to go out and look for them?
No, I think I will spend this time, putting a trench in front of my hill now and pulling that dirt up onto the mound that surrounds our encampment. Quietly, of course.
Of
And
course,
then
of
I
course.
will reach behind my back, underneath my robes, and I will pull out a massive battle axe. And I will just set it down in the dirt and have it like a walking stick almost, looking out at the wood or at the plain.
All right. Yeah, you don't. Nothing approaches camp or gets close. You don't hear any crunching of footfalls or anything lurking in the dark. You seem to have a pretty good, keen ear for the night, and the two of you continue to have your conversation and talk about theories and hypotheticals and where you draw the line and how do you chart your moral compass and all of this kind of stuff. Getting to know each other in the night as you do, and at some point the night gives way to the glowing illumination from the sun as Sol begins to rise over the horizon, illuminating your small campground. You can hear birds beginning to chirp in the trees and flitting about as they busy themselves looking for seeds and insects to eat in the foliage around you in the forest. And eventually, the four of you wake and have survived a night. You have all survived, and you have the benefits of a long rest. So go ahead and give yourselves a quick recharge on the long rest button.
Do we
Um,
level?
Yeah.
Everybody
Please.
except for you, Bleak. No, I would say not quite yet, but you've gained some experience on the experience tracker in my brain. Boop, 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 boop.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah. So it's morning. What would you guys like to do with the day?
Well,
Xanthi will hand Des back his cloak.
Oh, thank you.
And it looks pretty good. Like you'll notice like the smaller arrow holes like went together pretty nicely, but there was like one particularly large one that you'll notice like the inside has she's made a little black velvet star, and to be able to have the opposite side stitched to it without it like puckering and looking weird.
I like the star. It's nice.
Oh,
Nice
thank
touch.
you. I thought you wanted to keep it all black, so
Yeah,
we
I
went
think that's a
with
good
that.
idea. That was the intention.
so I would like a little geographical survey.
Mm.
Basically, where are we as far as Hommlet's concerned? How far are we from Hommlet? Like, sort of, can you give us a little bit of a "you are here" sort of?
Cool.
Shop.
Xanthi takes out her book and flips it open and says like, well, I think we are, and she points to
She points to a spot in her book on this hand-drawn map, which really gives you very little bearing in the real world, although she knows exactly where she's pointing and has a sense for where she is. Whether or not that's correct, we don't know. But you really aren't sure exactly how close you are. You feel from the journey that you've had to this point that you're within a day's trek, perhaps a half a day. If you recall, as you were journeying during the session 0 that we had, as you got closer to Hommlet, you were seeing more people. And so you get the sense that you're maybe a couple hours out, that you could be there, by mid-morning, perhaps. But having never been there before, it's difficult to say for sure. And what lies ahead, you know not.
Yeah. So, friends, what do you say? Safety in numbers. Shall we travel the rest of the way together? If only to ensure that we don't get eaten by gnolls.
well, it would be really awkward if we tried to say goodbye to each other and then just all kept walking in the same direction.
That would be very awkward.
I've
What do
done
you
that.
think, Norb? Shall we accompany these two to gain their security?
I don't know. I kind of want to avoid the awkwardness, Lachlan. I think it would be a good idea if we just, I don't know, just stuck together for now. I mean, Because if we say bye now and we do all walk, that'd be, oh gosh, I've been there.
See,
It's
it would be
so-
really
And
awkward.
then you kind of like look at them, like smile. You don't know, like, should I say something? But you don't say anything because you're like, no, because we already said goodbye. But then you're like, I should say, and then you say something, and then they look at you, and they're like,
Right, and then they're still looking.
Yeah.
What?
Right.
You,
Okay,
you,
we
you
traveled
went to
together.
school,
All
right? You went to
Okay.
school to learn all this, right?
yeah, well, okay, this is okay. So Lachlan, this is from experience. This is I learned this at school, but still, it wasn't.
Oh,
a
I got you.
class.
I got you. I'm gonna double check Dez's wounds and the bandages and all that. Make sure everything's still good to go. Maybe put on some fresh bandages on that. Is it bothering you a lot? Because I could probably make it better if you.
No, I think it feels pretty good. I think I'm all right.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. I'd rather not expend all my energy just yet in case we get into some trouble. But if you need it, I'll do it. You just have to say so.
I would save it in case we need it later.
All right. So Xanthi, will you guide us along with your very beautiful map there?
With my beautiful what?
Your map that you've
Map,
drawn.
yes. Yeah, this is the way. She
It is the way.
Keep going south. on
Roll
the
a survival.
road, yeah.
Roll a survival check really quick. Unless you have land navigation tools as a proficiency, which I don't think you do.
I don't. I got a 13.
Okay, so you at least are walking in the right direction, which is good. There are only two options. So the four of you gather your gear. You kick a little bit of dirt over what remains of your the embers of your fire, and you look about to ensure that you didn't forget anything. Because I know for me, whenever I'm camping, I always tend to forget something. And you start off down the trail following Xanthi. And this, my friends, is where we will take our break for the night. We're going to take a quick 5-minute bio break. Big shout out to everybody who has joined us, the raids from Blue Box, the bits and the hype train that's happened, the random encounter that Techie Woman just created for you. Oh boy, this is going to be
Can
fun.
I spend
So
10,000 to counteract or?
if you spend 10,000 for a random encounter right now, Chris, it's going to be 2
No.
stacked on top of
Let's
each
not do
other.
that.
It's up to you. We'll be back, you guys, to see what the heck is about to happen with this. Oh no, you didn't. Oh, there's 3 of them now. Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. You guys want a TPK? Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
All
No,
right.
we're
Well,
just
I mean,
getting to know this
no,
character.
God,
Fools.
no.
hey,
We're getting
you know what?
to
Not
know
all
these
not all encounters have to end in violence, right, Norb? We'll be back in just a little bit, everybody. Thank you so much. We appreciate you all. We're going to take a bio break. Don't forget that we've got a giveaway. Oh my gosh, we've got a giveaway. Get in on it. !drawing to get involved. We'll be back. Okay, this is how we do a break. Yep, there it is. You know, you got to give the people what they want sometimes, and people want random encounters, and I
You
get
can
it.
always run away from an encounter.
Run away.
Good
That's
point.
actually,
Good point.
you know, that's a really good point, Andy.
Just saying.
Fleeing is an encounter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Thanks for cheering us on. And it means a lot to us that you're here for this episode 1 of our new campaign, Heroes of Greyhawk. It's been a long time coming, and we're very excited to be finally diving into the game itself. So we've got a lot of great stuff going on here at the Guild. A lot of new games. Please stop by our Discord and hang out with us and get to know all the great people that we hang out with and all the cool stuff that we have going on. We have, for this game tonight, a couple of random encounters that occur as our... I don't want to say heroes yet. Our intrepid travelers, our ragtag group of companions, friends, perhaps.
Friendly weirdos that we found along the way.
Ragamuffins.
The Ragamuffin crew, as they are traveling towards Hommlet. You hear the birds singing. The sun has come up. It's a warm day. The sun is shining. It's a bluebird sky day. And I wrote down your passive perceptions. Where did I put that? Lachlan, you are the first to notice the smell. It is the smell of decay, smell of death. Give me a nature check really quick, please.
Norb, are you making tea?
Oh, trust me. Oh gosh, no.
Kind of smells like mushroom tea. You know, like a decayed, like a smelly.
Yeah, sorry, I had
13
cavities for dinner.
13.
13 on the nature check.
Okay, you smell it distinctly as you take a step forward. You're sort of in the lead of the group as you've kind of stepped in front of Xanthi, who has been guiding you with her homemade map in her journal. As you notice this smell, you kind of take a few steps forward to be in front, and you can definitely tell that just off of the trail is the source of the smell. Whatever it is, it smells like maybe a dead animal. You're not sure.
Okay. I would say, anybody else smell that? It smells like...
Oh, yeah.
You do
I
know.
smell
Yeah,
it.
but Norb
I
said
don't
that
like
it was just gas.
I'm gonna pull out my bow.
Sorry, it's probably just a dead goat or something. Let's just keep moving on, but I'll keep an eye out just in case it's something a little bit more vicious. Because whoever killed whatever's dead there could still be there.
I can taste it.
Oh, don't taste it.
Oh God.
I wanna not
I'm
breathe
gonna
through my
cast
nose.
mage armor on myself since it lasts for 8 hours.
Let's tuck my
Okay.
nose into my robes.
Lachlan, give me a d20 roll, please.
What if I don't want to?
That's scary. Yeah.
Norb,
like a trap.
Norb can do it.
15.
Okay.
I don't like the way you said okay there.
Yeah. No, you don't. You really don't. As you start to continue on your way with your... Actually, let me roll this. Fuck. I just rolled a natural 20. That's not a good sign. You walk past the odor. You continue on down the trail. What is your marching order?
Well, at this point, I guess I'm first. If, like you said, I sort
Mhm.
of stepped in front of Xanthi, so it's probably me first.
Okay.
I would try to stay near Locke.
Okay.
Just because I've known him the longest.
So Lachlan, Norb, and then
Xanthi.
Xanthin
Yes.
and
Yeah. I'll be
Desmond in the back.
Because
Sure.
I was in front, but everybody kind of pushed by.
Yep. Okay, so this is what happens. As you're walking past, there is this eruption of... God, all I can say is just branches breaking, like trees being pushed aside, a large creature thrashing through the forest. And out onto the trail behind you, Dez, taking a swing at you because I rolled a natural 20 on the stealth check. It's going to get an attack on you. It is a black bear that emerges that had been feeding on some dead carrion, and it is going to make two claw attacks at you. The first one is a 14 to hit,
That misses.
and the second one is a 21 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Man, you got done healing him.
For 7 slashing damage, as it just rakes its claws across your back. I need to change the music because this is like combat music. This is combat music time, guys. So sorry.
You're not
This is
sorry.
not my fault. This is not my fault. Okay, everybody roll initiative.
I'm almost dead.
That's basically what's going to happen in fights
my
from now on.
initiative?
Me and you are out of it because you're going to be getting injured and I'm going to be healing.
Hey, at least you've worked out kind of the relationship boundaries,
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
Encounters aren't a great idea at level 1. Here we go.
This is only the first of the random encounters. All right, 25 to 20.
Not me. Sorry.
15 to 20.
I got a 19.
I got a
Good.
17.
19 for Desmond. 17 for Lachlan. 10 to 15.
14.
Also 14.
Okay.
Oh. What's your dex?
+1.
+2.
Okay.
You crafty.
All right, so Des, you take this rake across your back. It opens up some of the arrow wounds that you had from the day before. You're like, fuck, what is the deal? And you're at the top of the order. So what do? You can kind of turn over, you're looking behind you, and there's this black bear that is looming over you. It's got blood all over its maw, dried blood on its fur. It looks like just a ravenous bear.
Now, are any of my companions within melee distance of the bear?
You're probably spread out a little bit, but I would say Xanthi is probably in front of you. So probably not like within 5 feet of the bear, no.
Like it wouldn't qualify my sneak attack?
I don't think so.
Well, you can hold your action, and because I'm going to.
Yeah.
We're not doing flanking anyways, right?
Right.
Yeah, it's just that it's kind of in my best interest to get as far away from this thing as possible right
It
now.
is. You
So
can
I'm
use your
gonna-
action to disengage.
I'm going to use my bonus action to disengage.
There you go.
So I can do that as a rogue, right?
Yep.
And move 30 feet away as far as I can get.
Just blood streaming
And,
down the back as you go.
I have my bow out, so I think once I get to that distance, I
Oh.
will turn around and take a shot at the bear.
Before you do that, you guys, you each have 2 advantage points.
Ooh, yeah, that's right.
So
Nice.
make sure you jot that down. And thanks to the chat for that. Remember, chat, if you want to get involved and influence the game, you can donate bits to redeem advantage points for our players or the DM.
But don't do it for the DM.
Right. So you each have 2, and then there's 2 right now in the pool for the group, whoever needs it. I will not take those because they were not designated for me, Techie Woman's Ghost. All right, so you have an advantage. Go ahead and use it if you would like.
All right, I'm going to wheel around and take a shot with my bow. Let's see, how do we click that on again? Just roll twice. I don't know. Here we go. So that was a 13 to hit.
That
But
hits.
That was my first roll, so I'm gonna roll again just in case.
Yeah, see if you get a crit.
So. Oh, it's better, but so a 24 to hit
Yes, that will definitely hit.
for 10 piercing. I'm
Ooh,
taking the
yeah,
damage from
you
the first
pull
roll.
back the string and release the bow, and it just hits it right in the chest. kind of like staggers a little bit. What was the total damage? 10?
10.
Yep. Okay. Anything else? You've used your bonus action, your movement.
And my action.
Okay, so
Yeah,
that brings us to Lachlan.
Is there a way for me to move so that I'm within 15 feet of the bear, but
Yes.
at least 15 feet away from everybody else?
That would be
Alright.
pretty tough. That
Okay,
would be
well,
tough.
let me explain it, because I have a spell here that affects everyone within 15 feet of me. It doesn't necessarily specify that I can prevent my allies from getting hit by it. So what's your deal with that?
I would say that probably the only person that you would need to worry about is Xanthi. Would be in the
Okay, well,
blast.
All right, well, no, I'm not going to do that then. All right, so I am going to move. I want to move. I got my shield out, and I kind of want to move so that hopefully the bear will turn to face me, and so that his sides and flanks are towards the other guys. Like I want him to kind of face away from them, sort of thing. And in order to try and get his attention, I will cast Guiding Bolt on him, hoping that the damage will we can decide to come at me.
Okay.
Range spell attack. That's 1621 with the +5.
Holy shit! Yeah, that hits point blank right in the chest.
Awesome. Suck on 46 radiant damage.
It's a bit aggressive.
Yeah, I know. What do you
He's
want
got the bloodlust, everybody. Look at him. Lachlan Feldspar. You thought he was such a softie after that midnight conversation.
You know, one of the things is that on the sea you don't meet a lot of bears, so I'm not too sure how to deal with this.
Yeah.
It could be a really big threat.
Yeah.
Sea
so
bears.
11
You never heard of sea bears? It's like a sea
I mean,
bass, but only bigger.
Everybody's
46.
heard of sea bears.
So that's 12 points of radiant damage.
Radiant damage.
Yeah, 12 points, and the next attack roll made against this target before the end of your next turn has advantage.
Okay.
And I want to, can I just take a quick look after I cast this and kind of move, can I just cast a look over at Dez to kind of get an idea of how banged up he is?
Yeah, quick perception check for sure. Yeah.
So that's 11 plus 5, 16.
Wow. Yeah, he looks messed. He's
Yeah, I
got
got a plus.
huge claw marks across his back.
All right, so I can cast a bonus action.
I just fixed that.
You know,
you're gonna
so I'm
you're
gonna
gonna
use,
quickly get that Taylor's Tools proficiency in this game, I
Gonna be
think.
covered with velvet stars pretty soon.
I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Healing Word on him.
Oh, nice.
Hold on a second. Is Healing Word is a leveled spell, is it not? It's a first level.
Yeah, I believe so.
It
Yeah,
is.
I think so.
You would only be able
Well-
to cast a cantrip in addition to a leveled spell on the same turn.
Oh, yeah, it's a bonus action, but it's a first level.
Yep.
Yeah. So that first attack was a spell,
Yeah, it was Guiding Bolt.
not a cleric. Okay.
Well, then, die, Dez.
That's just the rules, man. I didn't write them.
That's okay. I'm okay with it. I rarely play caster, so I'm not aware of those little.
No, yeah, that's fine. That's
I
fine.
just thought it's a bonus. It's a bonus, like, you know, rock and roll. But
It's a
Yeah.
little tricky with the spell casting.
that's okay. So,
Um,
anyways, I hopefully the bear, you know, takes my insult, and then I yell things about his mother, and then kind of bring up my shield, and hopefully he comes at me. Come at
Do
me,
you
bro.
have first of all, any alternative bonus actions that you want to use?
I do not.
Okay,
I do
roll a
not
persuasion check for me. I want to see if this bear goes after you or Xanthi, because Xanthi is like right in front of the bear, but you definitely have the bear's attention.
Sorry, what did you want me to roll? Say again.
Persuasion.
Say again. Persuasion. Say again. Overage. 13 plus 5, 18.
Yeah, the bear, as you blast, it just looks.
Come here!
It looks down at its wounds, and it is going to lunge at you, Lachlan, coming for you. I think it's the bear's turn. It is the bear's turn. A claw attack. I just rolled a natural 20. That's not good.
I will.
Please
use
tell me
my,
you have a reaction.
I do have a reaction.
Thank you. I just want Techie Woman to know this is all for you. You did this.
Do you want to know what my reaction
We
is?
love you. Yeah, what is your reaction?
Wrath of the Storm. When a
Oh,
creature
shit.
within 5 feet of you that you can see hits you with an attack. You can use your reaction to cause a creature to make a Dex saving throw. DC 13.
Okay.
Or take 2d8 lightning or
Oh
thunder.
my god. Dude, you're not going to believe this. I rolled another natural 20.
I don't believe it, but you still take half damage.
Even on a
See,
nat
you didn't
20?
realize the
Well, I don't
storm
know. Is that a
god
thing?
loves bears.
Oh my god. So what kind of
does
damage?
it on the nat 20? Does it still take half damage? I don't know. That's
Yeah,
a house roll.
I think so. I don't know. We don't have a ruling on that. We'll have to come up with
All right,
something.
you're
But
just trying
that happens after, right? Because that's a reaction, so it is still
Yeah,
going to
yeah,
hit you with
so-
its attack. So let me take care of that really quick.
Yeah.
This is not my fault. I blame Techie Woman for this. We
All
love
right,
you,
I blame
Woman.
Techie Woman too.
Yeah, no, we love you. This is great. So it's going to be, I don't remember what we said for that, but here we go. Oh, shit. That's going to be 10 slashing damage.
Okay.
Your reaction gives it how much damage and what kind of damage is it? I rolled 2 natural 20s in a row.
I'm suddenly really pale and drawn and almost dead.
Mhm.
So full damage would have been 8, 9, 10, 11. So half of that, half of 11. And it will be, I guess, I don't know, lightning damage, I guess.
Lightning damage?
Yeah.
Describe for us, Lachlan, how this lightning damage destroys this bear that just
God.
attacked you.
So this is what happens, right? Like I cast the guiding bolt on it and I'm yelling obscenities at it and I'm saying that his mother was a panda and all that good stuff. And so it turns and charges me. And as it does, I'm not moving. I'm just sitting there with the shield up and I have a little grin. And you're like, what the hell is he doing? He's going to get mauled. And I get mauled because it's a bear and this bear comes at me and then mauls me. But the entire time I got this grin. And the second this bear hits me, there's a crack of thunder and this lightning bolt erupts right where we're standing and just chars the ground, creates this little divot. And the bear just, the fur on it just singes right off on his face and his shoulders. And when the smoke clears, this bear is there, like half his fur missing, and I'm in like this little hole in the ground with my little shield up, and I'm like, struck down. Ow. And then I take a knee and I spit some blood and I look at my chest, which is kind of clawed right open. I'm like, are those my ribs?
Got
Now,
him.
the rest of you have never seen anything like this before. This
We're up
is
close.
this is lightning coming down from the gods. Like you're familiar enough with religion, like you may or may not be religious, characters, but this is something very, very different than anything you've seen before. You've heard maybe about things like this. This bear is
That hurts.
crispy.
It hurts.
What was that?
Bear, I think.
Lightning
walk up.
smells different than fire.
It
I didn't know
exploded.
that, but
Uh,
now I do.
I'm gonna
Is it
walk up
dead?
to the bear and walk around it a little bit, like kind of inspect it for a second, and then see if there are any parts of it that can be harvested for food later.
Oh, they're already cooked.
yeah. Oh, that hurt. How you doing, Des?
I messed up. It got me pretty good.
Oh, I'll go over to Des and I will, where did you, and I'll put my hand on the cut and cast, Cure Wounds. For 8.
Oh,
points of healing.
nice.
I see the scratches, but I don't see, like, she's like holding the hole in the cloak open.
Why
you
does
look
this
fine.
keep happening to me?
I
Oh,
don't know.
man, feeling
Maybe
this
you
off.
have a super healing ability that just.
Why do
heals
they
you.
always attack?
I'm gonna walk over to Lachlan with, and I'm gonna like look over at Xanthi for a second. Sorry, and and be like, kind of like close my eyes a little bit, squint at her, and then I'll look back at Lachlan and be like, "Hey, do you have any needle and thread?
So sorry, say that again. I
Needle
like,
and thread? Needle and thread? Do you have any needle and thread?"
oh,
I've
needle and thread's not gonna cut it, buddy. This ship's hull is cracked open and it's.
I can stitch it. I watched Xanthi do it yesterday.
No,
I can
just
try
give
to
me,
do it. I
let me
will
just
do my
no,
best.
no,
I can
No,
help
no.
you. I can
think
help
he-
you.
no,
I
no,
think he-
no.
I'm a fast learner.
I can try
No.
to bandage you, but I've only heard about people doing it before, and I haven't actually done it.
Xanthi!
Just give me a minute.
Sew him shut.
Give
I
me a
dig
minute.
through my bag and pull out a needle and thread.
And before any of these fools butchers me, I'll put a hand on myself and I'll be like, I really enjoyed the lightning storm crow, but oof, I need a little something different here, and I will cast. I don't like doing this, but I will cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Smart. That was a big hit.
Yeah, and I'll get 7 points back.
How close were you to going unconscious?
Well, I was at 2 points.
Oh, wow.
I'll get 7 points back now, which will bring me up to 9. Oh, but I have no more spells, so don't nobody else get hurt.
Level
How
1.
many more random encounters we have?
One more random encounter that was donated by the chat.
I hope it's not another bear, because I couldn't bear it.
I couldn't bear it either.
Oh.
You guys continue on your way, wounded,
With some
hobbling.
fresh
Probably lean on
bear
Norb
meat.
a little bit.
You continue for another 40 minutes or so, and you begin to climb a small rise in the landscape. You can tell now that there are these kind of rolling hills as you're coming out of what was sort of like almost the foothills of the Kron Hills, which are more mountainous, and now you're getting more into a lowland area valley, but there's still like little rises and little creeks that flow and that you cross. And as you round the bend, you see let me ask you this. What's the marching order this time?
I'm not in
Um,
front anymore. I learned
You know, I'll be in the front.
So we got Norb.
I'll be second.
Okay,
Yeah, I'll be
Norb,
helping out.
Xanthi. And then Lachlan and Des are like holding each other up as you're kind of walking in the back.
Des is
All
super
right.
paranoid now, though. Everything's out to kill him.
It's
He's
true.
almost been killed like 4 times since he left town. So
Our fault adventuring, leaving the house when we were so low level. We should have waited until we were like 6th or 7th at least.
Dude, you wanted to travel to Hommlet. I mean, it's not my fault. It's not Techie Woman's fault. It's nobody's fault. But as you're continuing on, Norb, you're the first one to see it. There are some figures up ahead on the road, about 40 feet in front of you, and they appear to be, I don't know, kneeling on the side of the road.
Oh, interesting. I'll look back at my friends and be like, hey, I think there's a bunch of people who are asking for money up here.
Asking
If
for
you have
money.
any money, yeah, I mean they're kneeling on the side of the road. If you have any money, we could. They
Why
could
do you think they're
probably-
asking for money? Because they're kneeling on the side of the. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, why else would you
Probably the
sit on the
bandits.
side of a road? Oh man,
We-
bandits. Let's remember, if we think back on the bandits, first of all, they attacked us with arrows while we couldn't see them. And second of all, I never saw them, and I can see these people. They are not trying to hide from me.
Oh, this sounds really weird. Well,
I
like how
know.
many people?
Dave?
Roll a perception check. Anyone who takes a look.
Yeah, I'm gonna take
they're
a look, too.
literally 40 feet down the trail. You just come around a bend, and Norb kind of like stopped you, like kind of puts his hand back.
Natural 20.
Ooh,
23.
nice.
I can count.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
A 15.
Okay.
Like how
So-
many are there? And she's
17.
37 and a half.
Yep. You know exactly how many there are. There are 5 individuals that appear to be kneeling on the road. Xanthi, you are the only one that can tell from this angle that none of the 5 of these individuals currently have heads attached to their bodies.
Oh no. I just put out my hands, like I grab Norb by the back of his fabric cloak, and I like put out my other hand to stop the people behind.
What's happening? What's happening?
There's something wrong with those people.
What do you mean? I'll take a closer look.
No, hold on.
No. I'll like prevent you from taking a step forward.
What? What's wrong?
Let's get in the bushes. Underbrush.
Okay.
They
Yeah,
don't
okay.
have any heads, Norm.
We're,
No
well,
heads. That's not good.
Norm? My name's
Norb.
Norb.
It's hard for me to say the B's.
I know. I can tell. I'm
She has
sorry. I
an
didn't
accent.
mean to make fun of that. Guys, as I'm being pulled into the bushes, they don't have heads. They're scratchy. Guys,
Get in
they don't have
there.
heads. They're not.
Quiet.
They can't hurt
Are
us.
they
They're-
dead?
They don't have heads.
I don't know.
Are they dead? Are they moving?
I don't know.
I mean, if it's not
God.
them, then something else killed them.
Xanthi, give me a d20 roll while you guys are making
That's how
all
you
this
get
noise.
ticks.
Let's go around them quietly.
That's how you get ticks, guys.
4.
Okay. So you have sort of Norb has pulled you into the brush on the side of the road. What do you want to do?
We need to think about this.
Maybe like we need a better vantage point so we can see like if there's anybody or something dangerous nearby.
How about this? I'll be the bait. You all stay here, and
there's
I'll
5 of
walk
them.
out there.
How is this any different than if we stay
They don't-
together?
They don't have heads. I'm not worried about bodies, guys.
I know, but that's creepy.
Yeah, it's freaky.
That means there's
It's
something
freaky.
off about it.
Yes, there's something wrong with that, right?
I mean, somebody took their heads. Yep.
I mean, something tells me that that's something that we should avoid. Headless
But-
bodies. Let's go the other way.
It
But
sounds
maybe they need
evil,
help.
and
Let's maybe go around them.
Maybe they need help.
I think
They don't need help. Their heads are gone. Like
they all
Yeah.
help when
They're
they're missing
losing their
one's
heads.
head.
They need help being buried, and we're not the ones to do that. Let's go around.
yeah,
try to
discretion's
give
a better
them
part
wide
of
berth.
this one. Let's go around and let's just, yeah. Let's not lose our heads over this. Let's just go around.
What if we observed them for a while?
While we take a short rest, sure.
Okay, let's relax here for a moment. I'm gonna take out my notepad, start doing my best to sketch what I'm seeing, and observing, looking out from the bushes. I have no idea what's going on here, but this is definitely
Des is going to
Not.
slowly back up and hide behind a tree.
this is not in any of the
Roll a
books I've
stealth
read.
check. If you are trying to be stealthy at this moment, roll a stealth check. Are you going to try to take a short rest? Lachlan, was that your idea?
Well, until we started making stealth checks.
All right.
Natural 20 for a total of
I would
28.
like. All right. Very, very, very freaking nice. Everybody else, why don't you make a stealth check as you try to hide yourselves amongst the underbrush, as you observe these 5 corpses that appear to be kneeling on the side of the road ahead of you.
This is where you discover that I have disadvantage on stealth checks.
That's okay. Well, this is a group check, so you've already got a natural 20 in the hopper.
Oh, I did not too bad though. I got a 12
And a 15.
it's a 17. Ooh. I rolled a
Okay,
19.
15. Xanthi,
13.
13, and Lachlan, a 19.
Against all expectation. No, the second dice was a 17, but it's still an 18 with my +1 stealth. So against all expectations, with the disadvantage, I actually get the roll. So I got a 18 stealth.
So the four of you kind of draw yourselves back into the tree line, and you're sort of hiding against that tree line. You wait. Give me a D12 roll, Desmond, as you spend the better part of an hour, is what I'm hearing, observing, peeking around trees.
I rolled a 1
Sweet.
for the D12.
Very cool. All right.
I hope that's
good. You are there for the better part of an hour, so you do achieve a short rest. So if you want to use hit dice, and I know that some of you do, I highly encourage you to do that. Lachlan, I'm looking at you, and Des, I'm also looking at you.
Yeah.
I got topped up, so I'm good.
Okay. As the
It
four
only-
of you are hiding in the trees, you hear a sound coming from behind you.
Oh god, it's behind me.
Ahead of you, you look again, you can see that there are 5 headless corpses kneeling on the side of the road. Behind you, you hear this coming up from behind on the road itself.
Oh geez. Everyone, be very quiet. I'm gonna duck down. I'm actually gonna mold earth and bury myself, except for my head and arms.
I'm gonna quietly notch an arrow.
I am gonna hide as best I can.
I'll bury you guys too if
I
you
mean,
say
we're
so.
already kind of hidden, right? I mean, with those stealth.
Yeah,
rolls.
you guys rolled
Arrows.
some stellar stealth rolls.
I'm just not gonna move under my shield.
Okay.
No jingling.
So you're all hiding basically as this whatever it is that's making the noise is coming up from behind you. And Lachlan, you're the first one who realizes what it is. It's the sound of a cart struggling in the ruts in the road. And you look back and you can see that there is a mule-drawn cart, and there is I wouldn't say elderly man, but an older man driving the cart. Yeah! And there are 3 people in the cart riding along, and they appear to be some sort of roll an insight check for me, Lachlan.
Me. Insight. $15 + 5, 20.
Sheesh. They have hoods pulled over their themselves, but they are small in stature, and you can see that it is what appears to be a woman and 2 small children that are in this cart being driven by this older man. They do not see you, as he's just like, yeah, come on, Johnny, and he drives the mule.
Heading towards the headless.
Yeah, they're kind of coming up behind you and moving towards Hommlet, which is going to put them right past the 5 kneeling headless individuals on the side of the road.
Is there a way to sort of step out and kind of flag them down without getting run over? Or
Yeah. Oh, yes, you startled me, boy.
sorry, there's something up ahead in the road. You
There's
best be
something up
careful.
ahead in the road, you say? He kind of stands up now as he's got the mule, stopped. I'll be damned. Looks to be, that doesn't look good up there then.
Doesn't.
Is that your doing?
No,
and you can
it's
see
not.
he
We
reaches
were
down
hiding.
for a short sword that he has. He puts his hand on the short sword.
I got, I'll bust out my 16 charisma here. It's not our doing. We were as surprised as you were. We're just travelers trying to get to Hommlet. We saw that. We hit on the side of the road. When I saw you coming down, I knew you were going to run there. Saw you had kids. Just wanted to make sure you didn't run in there unprepared is all.
Well, I'd hate I'd hate for them to see this. Keep your eyes down then back there. There's something I don't want you to see on the road. These are my grandchildren and my daughter Thelma. She just
At this
kind of
point,
like
I'll
waves to you.
at this point I'll like come out of the dirt.
Like,
Hey.
like, there's a corpse rising in the forest.
The
Whoa, 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 whoa!
biggest
It's not what it
I've
looks like.
seen.
It's not what it looks like. Calm down. It's okay.
Do I
He
see
pulls
catch
his
up
sword. He
movement?
pulls out his sword. He says, "What kind of devilry is this?"
Whoa.
It's for his skin.
Whoa.
He does that, and the loam helps him maintain a youthful look.
He hides when he's scared.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like an exfoliation thing, man.
He was lying, and she
That's-
was
that's
true.
exactly
She was
what it
telling the truth.
Yeah.
I was
Okay.
hiding.
It's in
I
the
saw
forest,
it.
so it's exfoliage.
There's
I'm
a bunch of
Xanthi.
I'll be damned. How many of you are there?
there's 4 of us.
Where's the
And,
fourth one? Ah!
I'll
Yeah.
point
Dez
at Des.
is hiding.
I'll point at a bush nearby that Des
Die.
is hiding in. He's in
Des-
there. He
Kirk,
is. I
We've
swear.
been attacked a lot on this trip, so
Yep.
like we
We
were
fought a
just
bear.
Oh
I
yeah,
lost
there's
all
all
my
kinds
money.
of ruffians about. He'll sheath his sword now. He bought your story, Lachlan. I'm not gonna have
Haha!
you
Now we
roll
rob
for
him. No.
it.
You have room in there for us. Maybe what we can do is we can hop on, and you can drive like hells after you. And then if there's a problem, we'll provide some security for you, and then you give us a lift out to at least as far as wherever you're going.
Well,
Think we can manage
I'm
that?
heading to Hommlet. I mean, if I could drop you in the town, if that's what you're looking for.
That
Yep.
that would be excellent. And then if ever there's an issue up there, we can help keep you and your grandchildren safe.
Yeah, free of charge except for the lift.
We have a deal.
pretty good deal.
Yeah.
Roll a
we're
persuasion check
basically
with
providing
advantage,
free
Lachlan.
security.
Natural 20.
Hell yeah. All
I'm
right
like,
then.
after on all my dwarfish charm.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I mean, at
Yeah.
the very least, like whatever is attacking will attack us, and you can escape.
That's right.
That's a hell of a point, Missy. Well, hop on in then. We could
Who's
take
the
a
brains
couple
of the
more.
operation?
There's only 3 of you, then hop on in.
At this point, Des will come out from his hiding.
Whoa, 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 whoa! He pulls out his sword again. What's this devilry?
It's the
pointed at
shy
that
one.
guy.
This is
You didn't-
Des. He's my
Is
best
he with
friend.
you? He's
I
with
was
you
just
then.
hiding. I was just hiding.
I told
Well-
you he was in that bush.
Yeah, he was just watching our 6, making sure we weren't being crept upon by gnolls or something.
Knowles, you say?
Apparently, they run in them there hills.
Them
Or
there hills
kobolds.
right there. Well,
And those ones over there also. Can we get on board, guys? Chop chop.
yes,
get on.
yes, of course. Hop in. I'm so sorry, though, son. He looks over at you, Des. There's not enough room for all of yous, so you're gonna have to walk.
No. I'll grab Des, and with unlikely strength, we'll just pick him up and put him on the cart.
Well,
And-
you
and
don't
I
quite
will walk
understand there, Sonny. Bessie here can't. She's an old one. She just can't handle the load. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right. She wouldn't want to pull me then.
It's all right.
Hey,
I'll
you're a
walk
big
with you.
feller.
Yeah,
I'll
I'll
walk
walk.
with you.
It's fine.
That's a
I'll
good
walk behind
idea.
the cart.
Okay, that's a great idea. Well, okay, hop in then. All right, Bessie, let's do this.
All right, full speed
Yeah.
ahead.
Can I cast guidance on Bessie?
Absolutely, you can cast guidance on Bessie. In fact, give me a guidance-based Bessie roll. So a D20 guidance, and then if you happen to have animal handling as a proficiency, you can roll animal handling. If you don't, just roll it straight D20.
I don't have it as a proficiency. I do have it at +3. I do have vehicles, water.
Oh, for
But
water. Yeah. That does
Water.
not apply here.
Damn it! All right.
That's a
So I have
great
no
skill to have, though, for this campaign. I'm glad that you have that. That's going to come in really handy.
All right. So you said the D20 plus my skill plus the whichever the guidance, right?
Yeah,
So
just a D20 and guidance, since you don't have proficiency in the skill.
D20 and guidance. All right.
Yep.
It's 15 total.
Okay. Yeah, Bessie gives it everything she's got, and she pulls you real good.
I pat her on the back and go, ride like lightning. See, ride like lightning.
I don't think mules say that, but anyways. And she lurches forward, pulling the cart with Norb following behind. You pass by the woman, Thelma, kind of pulls the children in. None of them really look at you or speak to you. They all seem pretty like shy and reserved, but she pulls them in so they can't look at what's on the side. You know, as you pass by, you look over and you can see that there are 5 headless corpses that are kneeling. They're positioned in a kneeling position on the side of the road, and it smells kind of similar to what it smelled like earlier when you were attacked by the bear. Really bad. The bodies have been there for a while. There's flies buzzing about their severed heads. You know, the whole bit with there's no head there, and then there's like a neck, but you know, the flesh and all that stuff. And it's real gross. But you pass by and you guys head down this hill. You find yourself making your way into what appears to be the village of Hommlet. Now, along the way, if you had anything you wanted to ask the driver, you certainly could. That's totally up to you.
Before we get too far, like, can I do like a check on the corpses to see, like, is there any identifying feature about their clothing? Like, are they, wearing similar outfits? Are they all look like peasants? Like, do they look like the bandits kind of outfits that we saw before?
You'd be able to do a perception as you go by. Okay. So yeah, go ahead and roll a perception check. Investigation would take like getting out and like going to look at them more. So yeah, perception would work.
18.
They don't seem to have a uniform on. They don't seem to have any sort of insignias or branding of any sort of nature that might identify them as part of like a unit or like soldiers. They look like they were probably just travelers on the road that ran into something terrible.
Okay. Just checking.
Yeah, no, that's good.
We'll inform the authorities, and when they catch these bad men, some heads are gonna roll.
Oh, it's terrible these days. I mean, you never know what you're gonna run into around here. Damn it.
Is it like this all the way to Hommlet?
Nah, I mean, we're almost there. It's fine, don't worry.
No, but I mean, is that like everywhere in the area that it's kind of dangerous like this, or
it didn't used to be. I mean, it's been good for a couple of years, and now it just seems like these bandits are getting more brazen, and they, they're just they're acting up, and they're stepping out and doing things they never done before. I just don't know why. Some say there might be somebody behind it all, organized type of shit.
Is there no law around here, old timer?
Well, no, there's Nevitz, old man Nevitz, he runs, Hommlet. He's the, you could say he's the justice of the peace, he's the mayor type of guy, he's on the city council and all this hoity-toity kind of stuff, a good guy, but, whatever, but he keeps an eye on things.
Would the council or this Nevitz, they be the kind to offer pay for people willing to step up and perhaps help protect the area?
Oh gosh, I'd have to imagine. I mean, we got to protect the roads. We got commerce. I mean, there's got to be people can travel. I mean, you got to talk to Nevitz and find out for yourselves. But that's a good idea.
Where were you coming from with the whole family until like this riding like the devil himself was that?
I got a little farmstead, south of here, and we're coming into town to get some supplies, and then we'll be moving on back down to the south, but we'll have to be real careful. It looks like there's a lot of activity here, which
is it safe to be living out there like that on a nice farm?
Well, I mean, we take care of ourselves. Shit, yeah, it's probably pretty dangerous.
Well, you ought to maybe consider moving closer to town for a while, or
Well,
whoa.
little buddy, we've been living out there for generations, right? Ain't that right, Thelma? Yeah, that's right. Well, yeah, we're not moving nowhere, no time soon.
all right, I understand.
They
Yeah,
said
this is
that
their-
they
it's their
lived
home.
outside of Hommlet. Didn't
That's
you
right.
used to live outside of Hommlet?
You how long have you lived there?
Well, you from around here, boy?
Long time ago, yes.
What's your family name then, Sonny?
Did you know the Adelars?
Adlars, yeah. Well, let me just roll a d20 and see. Well, no, hell no. I didn't know. I ain't never heard of them, but I'm sure there's good folk. They're still around these parts, then?
I don't know. We were separated a long time ago. Back in the before when there were all the troubles.
Yeah, that's a real sob story you got there. Sorry to hear about all that.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
It was worth a shot.
Yeah, just
If you're looking to for family, I mean, just ask around town, I guess. That's some pretty shitty advice, but that's the best I got.
I appreciate it. I'll probably do that.
That's good. That's good.
Well, you
How
say
about
that-
the rest of you? Where are you all from? You look different. He looks over at Norb. What the
What do you mean
hell?
different?
Well, I mean, you're not like,
What, you don't
these
like bald
others.
people?
Oh,
No, I don't
Is
think
it the
you-
beard?
I didn't say nothing about
Making
that.
me walk and now you're insulting me?
Well,
Norb, I don't think you.
you're just so
did,
big and like, you look so tough. The rest of
Oh,
these
thank
folk,
you.
they're not as, physically fit
Well,
as you
tell
are.
me. Well, you know. Oh gosh. And I'm running to keep up.
Oh, hold on, Bessie. Let's take a little break here.
Okay.
Let our friend catch up for a minute.
Oh, okay. Wow. Oh gosh, Bessie, you are a strong
Bessie can
mule,
run.
and I'll
She's a
pat her
good
couple
girl.
times.
Got
Yeah.
lightning in her veins.
Are you a wow. Are you a mule farmer?
Nah, I don't farm mules, son, if that's what you're
Well-
getting at.
Herder. I don't know. Farmer of cattle. Farmer.
That
No,
would be
sir.
a rancher.
I ain't no
Rancher?
rancher.
Okay.
No, yeah, we got a small little vegetable farm south of here, and sometimes we bring in vegetables to sell to market. And
Okay.
we, it's subsistence. We make enough to buy supplies and keep ourselves, fed and sheltered. And ain't that right, Thelma? Yes, it sure is.
Oh wow. How did you and Thelma meet?
That's my daughter. These are my grandkids
Oh.
back here.
Oh goodness, yeah, that's
Yeah, we
that's a
stick
lifetime
together,
of knowledge.
Yeah, 3 generations, ain't that crazy?
So you tell me, are you coming to town this time to sell or to buy?
No, we're getting supplies. We're heading over
Okay.
to the mercantile or get some supplies. Then we'll head
Tell me
on
about
back.
the mercantile. Like what do they sell there?
Oh, they got all kinds of
Who
stuff,
sells
man.
this stuff?
It just kind of depends what you're looking for, I guess. But yeah, I mean, it's run by a kind of a funny little pair of fellas, Ranos Davil and that other fella. What's his name? Thelma. I think his name is Grimag Goslin. Yeah, that's right,
Grimag
Grimag Goslin. Yeah, they're
Grimag and Goslin.
they do a pretty good job over there. But they got all kinds of goods and things you can purchase.
Yeah. What are you trying to purchase this time? What do you need?
Well, we need some tools, just got to resupply some tools, and we're going to get some seed from them. Yeah, we're going to get some
Oh,
cabbage
very good.
seed and, that sort of thing. And we're going to be ready for next growing season. We already done the harvest and everything, so we got a little bit of cash, and we're going to go ahead and spend it.
Nice.
Oh,
nice.
shit, I shouldn't have said nothing about the cash. You ain't going to rob us, are ya?
No, I would. Rather die in
Insight
a
check,
fire.
pal.
Rollies.
What do I roll to
Tell the
I
truth.
mean,
Nothing.
I was telling the truth.
Persuasion.
um, yeah. So you're coming into town to buy some seed and some.
That's right.
You know, yeah. That's wow. That's
You're
awesome.
very observant, my friend.
Yeah, yeah. So Bessie here, she's a really powerful mule. I really like her. Is she up for sale?
Excuse me, Bessie?
Yeah.
No, hell no. Bessie ain't for
Okay.
sale.
All right. Well, I just think she's just such a fine mule. You obviously have taken a lot of pride in the craftsmanship of your trade. You are obviously not just a typical farmer. You are a skilled farmer. And to ride or even walk next to your glorious cart here has been honestly, it has been a privilege to get to know you.
Well, ain't you a
And you,
pleasant
Selma.
one?
Some would
Thank
say you are a
thank you.
superior farmer.
So I know this has been an interesting journey for you, seeing a bunch of headless people on the road. Perhaps when we get to town, we're new here. We've never been here before. This is our first time.
Really?
Yeah, I know. It's hard to tell. We look really traveled, but maybe Dez has been here. I don't know. He hasn't really told me that. I think you know what? Regardless. Anyway,
He grew up here. I don't know if you guys have met, but this one here grew up in town.
Yeah,
here.
we said it so everyone
Pretty-
can
yeah,
hear.
yeah,
We only
Yep.
just met a day or two ago.
yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, there were a bunch of bandits that I gave them all my gold.
We're
Anyways,
traveling together for
long
safety.
story.
Why
Let's
don't we
just fast
Why don't
forward.
we start going again, huh?
Yeah, we'll keep moving.
Bessie.
We'll keep moving, and I'll start running next. So, when we get to town, can you put a good word in for us?
It's really impressive that he can continue to
It's
talk
really
while
running, man.
running.
He does have good stamina. I'll give him that. Yeah, you bet, Sonny. Well, I'll put in a good. I mean, who do you want me to
I
put
don't
to?
know. Whoever
Okay.
whoever's gonna give us a job.
You got it. You put me down as a reference. How's that sound?
Oh,
What's your name
thank you
again,
so
old timer?
much.
My name's Hammett.
Hammond from Hommlet.
Hammett from Hommlet. That's got a nice ring to it. I'm not actually from Hommlet, but south of here. It's outside, if you
Hammond
will.
from Hommlet Southie. All right.
Well, it looks like we're just coming into town.
I'll cast guidance on Kurt for his constitution check.
Oh, I don't know what that does.
Oh my God.
Well,
So-
Hammond, you've been very helpful and it's very pleasant. You have a beautiful family, and I hope you get to keep it.
I mean, well, that's a strange thing to
a weird-
say. But pleasure to meet you.
Can I give you a few coins for your troubles?
Absolutely, you can.
Yeah, I'll dig into my pocket and I'll throw him some gold.
Well, thank you kindly. Best of luck to you. And what were your names again?
We're the Bessie gang.
We are not. I'm Xanthi.
Well, hello, miss.
Oh, what?
Name's Desmond.
Lachlan, what did you call us?
No, nothing. I'd rather it doesn't stick. Name's Feldspar, Lachlan Feldspar.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
I'm Norb Nhyre.
Norb, Nhyre. Okay, well, pleasure to meet you. My name's Hammett. This is Thelma and the kids. And, you met Bessie. So, I guess we're all acquainted now. Best of luck to you. Good
Yeah,
luck.
best of
Thank
luck
you.
to
You
you,
too.
sir.
I hope your next harvest is twice
Yeah!
as bountiful as your best harvest.
He just kind of leaves as
Bye.
Norb keeps talking. He's just like, yeah.
That happens a lot, guys.
Well, sometimes less is more.
As the
Usually
dust
that.
clears,
Yeah.
right? The dust clears. You are now staring at the edge of this small village, the village of Hommlet, having traveled from Verbobonc to the north, the wild coast to the southeast, the free city of Greyhawk to the east, the lake of unknown depths. You are weary, poorly equipped. You have no large sums of money. And basically what you have on you are the things that are on your back or hidden away in purse and pocket. Each of you has your own motivations for traveling to this place. Some in search of adventure, others retribution, perhaps. Some, maybe, simply riding the winds of the growing storm that seems to be centered over this otherwise important region of the Flanness. As such, you stop at the edge of the village, kind of overlooking the entryway, this road that leads in past farmhouses. There are animals clucking and cows mooing, and you can see in the distance people milling about. It seems at first glance a quaint community at the crossroads, inhabited by, as of yet, other than the names that you've learned from this strange farmer Hammett, a completely unknown quantity. What intrigue may you find within? Who will be encountered? And will they be friend or foe? Where will you go when you enter the village of Hommlet? These are your first explorations, my friends. Your first encounters as adventurers, as young travelers across the landscape. So chance may dictate the outcome as much as experience or lack thereof. Will outsiders be shunned here? Will they be accepted? What type of community is this? Are they, possibly you got a little bit of insight for Hammett, are they country bumpkins? Are they leery and weary of outsiders? Is there still a curse that lays upon the land for those who dare to venture into this area that was once held in the firm grasp of evil? All these questions, my friends, may soon be answered. The dusty, rutted road lined with closely grown hedges and brambles and shrubs here and there. It cuts through a copse that crosses a rivulet. On either hand, the forest and the meadow give way to field and orchard before you. An agrarian region. Small herd of kine graze nearby, and the distant hills dotted with the stone chimneys that spout thin plumes of smoke rising into the bluebird sky. The road angles west into the hill country, and to the other side of the road ahead are barns and buildings. You have, my friends, arrived at Hommlet at last. And with that arrival, we will end our first session of our brand new campaign, the Heroes of Greyhawk. And I am 100% thrilled that we made it to Hommlet without dying from one of these random encounters. So congratulations on that right there.
Oh my God.
Thank you
I do want to ask a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just out of curiosity.
Sure.
You don't have to answer, but I really, really want to know. 87. What was it?
87, it was a Tarask.
Yeah, we didn't need that. We didn't need that one bit.
No.
We've
Nope.
already seen a Tarask in our games before, and we
It's
know how that
just
ended.
murder.
Yeah. So
That doesn't
okay.
end well.
All right. I'm happy we didn't.
It wasn't
we
a
didn't go
Tarask,
with
but
that.
you'll never know, because here's the thing: is you
Ah.
might roll that again. You might roll that again in the future, and it'll fit
Ooh,
better.
Yeah.
Big shout out to these amazing players, Ashley, Kirk, Andy, and Christian. You guys are awesome. Thank you all to the people who have been hanging out with us and have been cheering us on and supporting us for the last however many years we've been streaming. We're excited to bring you along with us on this adventure. We're going to really focus on getting to know these characters and getting to know about their backstories and what they, what motivates them to be heroes or to do what they do. So we're excited that you're here with us. I would love to go around this table and have each of you please tell us who you are once again. Tell us where we can find you, and anything else you want to say, go right ahead. Let's start with Christian this time.
Shout out to Dave. Thank you very much, Dave, for putting this world together again and bringing us into it. It was fun. It had that very classic feel, those classic D&D times. I've been playing D&D for like 760 years. and it kind of throws me back to those good old days of like, the classic stuff. So that's really cool. So thank you very much for that. I'm Christian Bleak Season. I can be found at the Bleak Season on Twitter, and over here at the Guild Superior doing Blade Runner every second Sunday, and Shade Song on Friday afternoons at 5e Homebrew World, and right here right now tonight doing this as the brand new, the baby faced Greyhawkian of the guild, and super happy to be here. You guys are all fantastic, all three of you. It was a lot of fun getting to know your characters, and I look forward to getting to know them more.
Christian, it's wonderful to have you at the table. Welcome to our Greyhawk party, my friend. Thank you for joining us. Let's jump over to Andy.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Andy. You can find me on Twitter at AndyG3D, and under the same handle here on Twitch, and under the same handle on our Discord server. And well, I guess on Discord I'm just Andy G. Anyways, yeah, thanks a lot, Dave. This has been a lot of fun.
My pleasure.
And I look forward to doing it every Tuesday night here on our channel.
Thank you for being here, Andy. I feel like the first campaign really, I had an opportunity to really pick on Kirk a lot. And I feel like you have already drawn my attention for campaign 2. So
you got something against rogues. That's what it is. He's got something against
You know what?
rogues.
Yeah, I think
maybe that's what it is.
I think that's what it is.
I have a rogue
hates
bias.
rogues.
You have a
Holy
rogue
shit.
bias, that's right.
Yeah. We just cracked the nut, man.
Oh,
There it
man.
is.
Oh,
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Let's jump
It's
over to
a lot of
Kirk.
fun.
Andy, I
it's
love
just
you.
that,
I
it's
love
just
you.
that right now one hit is like
Oh,
70% of your hit points.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like-
It's
More than that.
Well,
catastrophic.
when I hit Lachlan with that natural 20, I literally thought he was
Yeah,
going to be
I thought he was
dead.
gonna
I
go
was
down
like,
too.
I
oh,
thought too, you were coming at me with that, and
that
I'm
was
like,
close.
yeah,
I'm toast. Like, I have a lot of hit points, but yeah, I was like, no,
That was not
that's
good.
gotta be
Double
it.
dice. I was
Yeah.
like, that could be a 14.
it could be real
Yeah.
bad. Let's go to Kirk. Hi, Kirk.
All right. Hello, I'm Kirk. I'm playing Norb Nhyre. He's a little different than most characters I play. You can find me I'm a rogue in real life.
Yeah, no, you can't find that guy anywhere. We can barely get a hold
too
of
much,
him. half the
too
time.
much ceiling. Too much ceiling.
He hides. We can't find him.
Yep. All right.
But
Well,
then he
Kirk
shows
is
up.
That's a
gone.
natural 20
Everybody.
stealth check. Booyah!
He's.
Where
I can
am
see
I?
you.
You
You're
don't
right
even
there.
know.
I can see you right there in the corner.
You're in your
Oh.
office.
Kirk, I'm
So
so happy that you're back for the shenanigans. I'm really
Mhm.
excited about this new character, Norb. It's I played a lot of D&D with Kirk, and this is a pretty awesome departure from some of the other stuff I've seen Kirk do. So I'm excited to see where it goes. Well, we won't reveal too much, but I'm very, very excited. Let's jump over to Ashley.
Hey everybody, I'm Ashley, Minnesota Muse 99 on Twitter, and you can find me next Monday. Is it really this next Monday? So
Yeah.
the first 3 Mondays in October for a short shot, Oops All Kobolds, where all of my players will be kobolds, and it's gonna be fun and lighthearted, and yeah, we're gonna get into some trouble, and I can't wait.
I'm so excited. I'm so
My
excited.
first time streaming something that I DM'd.
Trouble.
That is so awesome. And that's
Yeah.
exactly what the Monday Night Mayhem is all about. Like, we are hoping to help to facilitate people who have never streamed. Maybe they're DMs who have, like Ashley, who have run games before, but not on a live stream, and want to give it a try and see what it's all about. There's other folks like Tyler came on a month ago, and he had never DM'd a game at all, and went and streamed a 2-shot. We've got a rotating cast of folks that come in and play. So that's really a great opportunity. I just want to make sure that I plug this, because we want to create opportunities for people to try streaming. It's really fun. And sometimes you just need somebody to lay out this foundation of production. And that's what we're here for. We handle the production. Ashley gets to tell her story. So super excited about that. We're going to have exactly, Cardman, we're going to have some steaming, scaly shenanigans. Ooh, that sounds NC-17. Hey, Phoenix, you're raiding us. We were gonna raid you, bro.
Hey,
Hey, thanks for dropping in with the
We love
raid.
it though.
Yep.
no, we're just wrapping up.
Yeah, Phoenix. We love Phoenix. If you're not following Phoenix, please do. Another member of the Rolling Together crew. And you guys, if you're just popping in, we are going to be doing a giveaway in about 2 seconds. I almost forgot about it, but we're going to be giving away The Forsaken Bog by CZRG RPG Publishing. Please enter to win. I'm glad I didn't forget about that. CZRPG has been, as with Phoenix, a amazing sponsor and supporter of our streams. We love Christian and his team. They make awesome 5th edition D&D and some system agnostic content that is easy to drop into any campaign that you're playing. And you're going to see some of Christian's content in our campaign as we go forward in the future here. So yeah, get in on that drawing, everybody. Cardman 2467 is here, so we know that Cardman's probably going to win. However, we think that you all
And he
have
does-
a really
yeah,
good
he has
chance.
A record of, yeah.
And hey, if you want to support the stream, please consider following us. We'd love to see you back in the chat sometime. I just want to say thank you again to everybody. I'm very, very stoked about this new campaign. I should mention, I'm just kind of stalling as people get in on the giveaway, but I do want to mention our awesome Heroes of Greyhawk logo by our friends over at Trixie Wizard. So thank you to Aaron for making that happen. I love that logo. We love your work and looking forward to working with you again. Okay, so let's go. We've got just a couple of seconds left for folks to get in on this giveaway. Ashley, if you wouldn't mind giving us the 5-second countdown as is customary in our Greyhawk games, please.
Sure. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
Phantom NJ. Phantom
Oh,
NJ has
wow.
won the giveaway. 491 Phantom is not happy with that. How many Phantoms can there be? That's what I want to know. Are you guys one and the same? What's happening here? Phantom, if you are hanging out, let us know. You just won the giveaway. I don't know if Phantom is still in the chat or not. I don't know how to even check that. Is there any way to check that? I don't see Phantom.
Yeah.
Phantom. We'll give Phantom just another second, and then we're going to draw a different winner because you got to be here to win, Phantom. Got to be here to win. Are you here? Are you here? All right, we're going to do it again. Both Phantoms were in your one-shot, are in your one-shot on Friday. That's awesome. I've got the NJ version in my virtual Greyhawk Con on Sunday. Very excited about that. Yeah, virtual Greyhawk Con is already here. It's crazy. All right, we're going to do another giveaway here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my God, seriously? Cardman 2467, as predicted. You have won the giveaway, Cardman, you rascal.
No, that's
love
gotta
you.
be rigged.
No, it's not. That's 100%.
Cardman
Well,
is
okay, look.
rigging the
He's
system
so
somehow.
lucky.
Look, y'all. Cardman, Cardman's a tough one to beat. I want to go to
I need
Vegas
this-
with Cardman. I really do.
Yeah, Cardman, can you buy us some lotto tickets? That'd be
No
great.
shit. That would be really good. All right, who
Yeah.
are we going to raid, you guys? What do we have?
still rate
Phoenix.
someone who's got not a lot of peoples.
Yeah, what do we have? Do you see anybody? Give me a raid target. Somebody give me a raid target.
Let me get on there.
We were going to raid Phoenix, but you beat us to the punch, my
Yeah.
friend.
Next time.
Next time we will get you, my friend. We will get you for sure. Good night, Techie Woman's Ghost. Thank you so much.
Adventures.
Which one?
ADH Adventures, all in one word.
ADH Adventures. Yep, they're playing Dungeons and Dragons. All right, here we go. Oh. All right. Now everybody's got ideas.
Yeah, everybody's got 20 different.
All right, you know what? We're gonna go with Phoenix because we were gonna roll with Phoenix before, so I'm gonna take his suggestion.
Righty.
Oh, okay, sure.
And we're gonna go see My Lady Kaito. All right, everybody, I'm gonna start the
See you
raid
next
here.
time, Phoenix.
Thank you everyone for being here. We really, really appreciate this. Awesome stuff tonight. Thank you, table. You guys are so much fun to play with. Good job on not dying. We'll see you later. Bye.